Hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Sherry, you'll soon find out. What's up? Let me say hi to everyone. What's up? Lindsay, Amber, Sherry, Squirrel, Denise, Red, Sly Angel, Forever Trolling. Thank you, True Texan. Let's get past the nice bullshit right at it. I agree. Hey, Twisted Tea, Amber, Squirrel, Vanessa, Georgia Peach, True Texan, number one. Teresa, Debbie in the house, Colleen, Cindy B. Cindy, how are your wax melts, by the way? Denise, Rody Gal, Forever Trolling, Colleen, Amber, Cav. What's up, Kaz? Hey, Grouchy Mama Bear. I like that, Grouchy Mama Bear. What's up, Vanessa? So we got a lot to discuss tonight. So I hope you guys are doing good. All right. I made a decision, by the way. Hey, Sweetie Pie. I did make a decision. We're going to attempt. I'm going to say attempt. We're going to attempt a 24-hour stream. Hey, Muggy's Mama. We're going to start it Saturday night Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. We're going to start it Saturday at around midnight. And we're going to go until New Year's Eve. We're going to attempt it. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it that long. But here's what we're going to cover. We're going to cover, thanks to Ali Wright's idea, we're going to cover a year in drama. We're going to cover a year of true crime. The best of, basically. I am going to obviously have an open panel because times I'm going to want to sleep. Thank you, Ali. Choo choo. I'll be out. It's my anniversary, but I want. Thanks, Ali. So, yeah, that was Ali's idea. I said, I don't even know if I could put it all together that fast. So, no, Squirrel, we're going to do different things. I'm also going to do candle giveaways, but I have to let you guys know the main point of me doing it is to raise money for my trip. So keep that in mind too. So I'm going to do different candle giveaways with money that's raised, just a lot of different stuff. So, but it's basically to raise money for the trip that is coming up on the 7th. So, yeah, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. Like I said, I'm going to do giveaways. We're going to talk about drama. I'm going to have open panel at one point. Obviously, I'm going to need to sleep at one point. And you guys will see a little fluffer on my bed. And you guys can hear who the real snorer is. And it's not me. So, yeah. And who knows? I may not need to sleep. But we're going to do a 24-hour stream. I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to try. And the main goal is to raise money for my trip. So, there's that. Couple things, though, that I want to get off right out the bat. It is New Year's Eve. And I know a lot of people, I usually go live every New Year's Eve because I have no life. And I know a lot of you guys have no life too. Hey, Jen. So every New Year's, I've always made it. I always stay live for all, time zones since I've been doing this. So last couple of years. You guys drink wine, have fun, do whatever you want. But it's always been a thing. And so far, we've had a good time every single New Year's. So I would like to continue that. Gary, I don't have a life either, really. So get drunk, have fun. Yeah, I'm not doing it tonight, on Saturday. So now I forgot what I was going to say. I'm going to close chat at different points tonight. So I'll be able to see super chats or mods. If somebody needs to get my attention, just tell one of my mods and they'll let me know. Because it's very hard doing reaction videos while staring at chat. So it just makes it really difficult. Hey, Verika. And boy, do we have a lot to discuss. But the first thing I want to address is this whole Queen Bee Jonesin debacle. Okay? I am not involved in this drama. So I don't know why certain trolls feel the need to bring my name into this. This is drama that has nothing to do with me. I was not a part of it. I was not friends with either one of them when all this shit went down. So I would appreciate the trolls to keep my fucking name out of these chats. So what I mean by this, I'm going to show you. Someone showed this to me and I was like, what the fuck are they even talking about? So this Chi-Town person, I guess it was in QBs, said, can anyone help me understand why Laura said independent thinker is a scammer from the old drama community? I get the feeling she's full of crap, but why did she say that? Nice try, loser. I never said anything like that. I don't even fucking know where independent thinker is from, nor do I care. So, again, don't try to bring me up into a drama that has absolutely nothing to do with me, especially when I don't want to say temperature, but their emotions are already high. They don't need a troll bringing in, and even if they're not a troll, I don't know, but they definitely don't need some outside influence trying to stir up even more. For the first time ever, I'm not involved in this. Don't bring me involved in this. Don't make me involved in this. I don't want to be in this, and I'm not. And that's where I'm going to stay. Certain things I will not speak on. That whole debacle, I will not speak on. But don't fucking lie about me. And then, of course, you're going to have the person that's obsessed with me fucking have to bring me up also on a panel that has nothing to do with me. Okay? So, B. Tim, there's no reason for you to bring me up in any of this stuff. Okay? Thanks. Yes, I did say that, B. Fam. But tonight is kind of a little true crime, kind of. No, Captain Avi, I do not want to be involved. There are dumpster fires going on everywhere. And you know what I thought to myself, Captain? I am not involved in any of it. Woo, woo. And I'm happy for that. And I'll stay that way. But I'm just so sick and tired of people. Hey, Grandma Sherry, people bringing me into shit. Like, I'll gladly talk about stuff that, I feel is community issues. But this whole nightmare between friends, I know how I felt when my friends split up. Or my first round of Patreons left, or whatever. I was heartbroken. They were heartbroken. Everyone was heartbroken. And then we had the whole community that had to be involved in it. I wouldn't do that to someone else. This is strictly between Joneson and QB. And I don't understand why everybody else is getting involved. I don't. I really don't. And exactly, Roses. Just because I speak on the drama doesn't mean I'm involved. Amen. But you know what I'm saying? I just don't like the fact that my name keeps being brought up in something that I'm not involved in any capacity. So, yeah. And then people lie and just make up shit like this moron. The name is Shieton. I guess it's somebody that's just craving my attention. It just has to have my attention. No. I am an adult, and there's a lot of things I won't get involved in. The debacle over there, I'm just going to watch like everyone else. But on Mr. Nobody's latest video, somebody did bring up a point that I found super interesting, although maybe there's not much to it. But someone left a comment on a video and said, how come Voices doesn't have a character on Itau's videos? And at first I'm like, well, that's an interesting point. And then I thought, well, maybe because she's fucking crazy. But I thought that was interesting. I was like, that's a good point though. Why hasn't the channel made a thing for Voices? Interesting. So I'll keep an eye on that. Now, because she's not relevant? Yeah, but she's crazy. Crazy. So earlier, when I couldn't listen to QB anymore, because if I want to listen to the people on a panel, I wouldn't be listening to QB. But for some reason, you can't listen to QB and not hear 15 other people. So, yeah, kind of lame. All right, so here we go. I was cruising the YouTube streets. Hey, Tinker. I was cruising the YouTube streets, and someone that I'm subscribed to, which I didn't know I was, had Bullhorn Betty on. I said, oh, God. But there was really nothing else to listen to, so I decided to listen. It was that or QB, so two of the lesser evils was this. and I'm listening to someone talk about TurtleBoy and what TurtleBoy has done to his family. Oh my God. If this is true, and I'll state it if it's true, TurtleBoy is the biggest piece of shit that this community has ever seen. I'm getting there, Varika. I'm getting there, girl. Literally the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. This man makes, if true, and I'm going to say allegedly because we're only going to hear one side. We're not going to hear TurtleBoy's side. And this is where Glara comes in. Glara, I would love for TurtleBoy, and I'll reach out to him myself, but I would love for him to defend himself and get his side of the story. Not Karen Reed. This has nothing to do with Karen Reed. This is way worse than Karen Reed. I mean, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. Soper, you might want to hear this. This isn't drama. This is real shit. Oh, is he in jail now? I didn't know. But I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, wow. How the Galera, he is in jail? All right, I guess he can't come on, but how the Galera can defend this man is beyond words. How do you go so hard in defense of someone and not know their history, not take a minute to look up the other shit they've done? Do you guys think Karen Reed was the first? Oh, no. Seems he's got a history of going to jail. He's got a history of going after families. Seems like he's got a history of really bad behavior, which makes me question everything this man ever said about Karen Reed. And that's what I was thinking about listening to this. I was like, wow, this is all a fucking game. He doesn't believe Karen Reed's innocent. He doesn't believe in the shit that he's telling people. And then he has idiots like the Glera doing his dirty work. Be prepared. That's all I'm going to say. Even I was shocked at what I was hearing. So just be prepared. It's a little long. I may do it in 2 parts depending on how long. I will drop the original channel link and of where this came from, but you guys will probably know. I'll talk about it anyway. But here we go. It's bad. Now, I don't know where it starts from. I didn't get that far. There it is. Just wait, Varika.
14-year-old student quits job to avoid any transgender talk in.
Okay. Now, let me explain. I'm not 100% sure of the story, but you guys will hear what I heard. This woman, I guess, is transgender, and it's her daughter. I was listening in the car, so it was really hard to grasp it. Hey, Aussie, I know you were in this live. Maybe you can clear up the parts that I'm missing here. From what I understand, it was this woman's daughter. The trans thing comes into play later. How Betty or Stoner got a hold of them, I don't know. But just wow. So let me see if I can pull up exactly where it starts from.
The chat, and no Betty bashing in the chat, please. And welcome, Ashley, to the show. Like I said, we already heard that TurtleBoy is against the LGBTQIA, I think.
LGBTQ community. He shortens. He calls him BLT 1234. I don't know why Betty couldn't grasp that, but yeah, just keep watching. Let's watch.
You got it right. Yep.
Community. So therefore, whenever he found out that the minor's dad was in fact a transgender, he turned around and bashed Ashley, falsely put Ashley in jail. Ashley went to court with TurtleBoy and won. And on that note, Miss Betty, do you have anything to add to this?
Yes, I just want to add that Ashley, like you said, is a victim, but this goes a little bit deeper, and she's going to be explaining a little bit further into it. But at some point, her daughter went missing. TurtleBoy came into the family. When the daughter was found, TurtleBoy's job was over, but he never left. I think is something that we need to drive home, and that's the problem. He never leaves.
He continues to get into the family's lives and harass and bully them. Ashley's not the first one, and he has been doing this for over 10 years. It's almost 10 years that it's happened to Ashley, and there's many before her.
See, my biggest question though, hey Peggy, how the fuck do you go from a missing child to 10 years of court and in and out of jail, and this one getting arrested and that one getting arrested and threats? How does that happen from a missing child? That's one of the things of this I still can't grasp, and I don't understand it.
I do have a couple.
Now, let me also add, Betty is 100% right in that. Once the kid comes back, the case is over. There's no reason for anyone on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere to be harassing the family. That's like a Jim Terry move. And after listening to this, I really thought to myself, he's like Jim Terry without a PI paper. That's all he is. He's like as big of a piece of shit as Jim Terry is.
Couple of videos and articles to show you guys later when it's brought up of a couple of other victims that he does have that just fits into Ashley's story. So, Ashley.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to say her name or not, or just say your daughter.
No, my
Let's
daughter,
okay.
please. This way,
Yeah,
keep
let's
it.
just say
Keep
your
my daughter
daughter.
out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So your daughter went missing when she was 15 years old. What year was that?
2020.
2020. And then when did TurtleBoy come into the picture when she went missing?
I filed a missing report on her. I believe it was August 9th of 2020. And the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, thank them very much, got involved to help find my daughter. It was getting national attention, and TurtleBoy somehow got into the loop. I got called. I received a phone call from him, and he left a nasty voicemail message. I know you have it. I don't know if you're gonna play it. But he left a nasty voicemail message for me, asking me about my daughter and if I was.
And let me also add, Sweet Misery, you did a wonderful job on this. I listened for over an hour. I think you did a great job. Put aside all of our fighting, all of our bullshit. I will give compliments where it's deserved, and you really did a good job.
Was going to continue to beat my family. TurtleBoy, at that point, I was just ignoring. It was September 1st, 2020, when I was first involved with him.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and tell them what happened when you first got contacted by someone involved with
If
TurtleBoy?
we don't mind, can we just step back just a second and maybe just clarify what the reasons were that the daughter ran away from home? I think that really puts some
Absolutely.
context behind it.
Absolutely. I
Yes.
filed for divorce from my ex-wife because my ex-wife was allowing my 15-year-old to have a sexual relationship with a 49-year-old gentleman. I call him gentleman only out of respect. I filed for divorce for protection
If my daughter was sleeping with a 49-year-old man, that 49-year-old man would be 6 feet under.
of my children. And when I filed for divorce, everything hit the fan, if you will. So I filed a missing police report on my daughter because my daughter was being exploited by this gentleman. And when I don't know if it was they contacted me, but when the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children called me about it, I gave them the information, photographs, and so on. Once that started going out, somehow TurtleBoy got involved with it. I believe that TurtleBoy got involved with the situation because my daughter's 49-year-old boyfriend was from Massachusetts and knew TurtleBoy. I don't know where else to go from there if you want me to continue on.
Well, I think it's just important that we put the context behind the situation that caused your daughter to go missing, and the fact that there is some type of possible relationship between the elder man and TurtleBoy in this scenario.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That could be Betty bullshit. That could be Betty throwing in a loop to give extra to make it sound that much better. That's where someone like Betty has no credibility and it's hard to decipher stuff like that. She could have told him, hey, it sells better if you do that. Who knows? But knowing who she is, I don't even know if that's true or not. And Mr. Nobody, that's what I'm saying. You never know with Betty.
So you've done a good job. So you can go ahead and kind of express now about, TurtleBoy, the beginnings of your contact.
All right. Well, my ex-wife was allowing this relationship with my 15-year-old daughter and the 49-year-old gentleman. I filed for divorce against my ex-wife because of the how ridiculous it was that she would allow something like that. And like I've shown you guys on my YouTube videos, I've always done nothing but protect my children. When TurtleBoy got involved, he left me that nasty voicemail message, and I blew that off because he was asking me to go on his live show. And after a little research, I seen all he does is bash people, so I didn't go. I kept sending him emails after emails, begging
No, Betty said it. I didn't hear him say it. I heard Betty say it.
him to stop, proving that what he was saying wasn't true. No matter what I sent him, he turned it against me. You have that police report with my daughter. On the police report, it states that my daughter my daughter thought I was mad at her because of her boyfriend. I believe is exactly what it stated. My daughter thought I was upset with her because of her boyfriend. So that shows that there was no abuse. In that police report, it shows that there was nothing going on as far as any kind of abuse goes that TurtleBoy was claiming.
Okay, who set him up, Lauren?
My daughter just took off with my ex-wife and the boyfriend, and I don't know, played games with hiding her from us. And I got a court order to get custody of my daughter, and she kept hiding my daughter. TurtleBoy took advantage of the situation by saying I was beating my family, not the evidence that I gave him. Sorry, not the
And the
evidence that I gave him.
And the
Go ahead.
evidence that you gave him, the emails that you were basically, because from what because I went and reviewed the videos that you're referring to when you were kind of pleading with him, and he was turning those around. He didn't just turn.
All right, last time I'm going to answer chat. I just got to say this. Lauren, I'm not saying that there's not a lot of corruption in Massachusetts. There's a lot of corruption everywhere, but don't be blinded. TurtleBoy is a piece of shit, plain and simple. Every single thing I've seen on him, he is a piece of shit. What he just did to his girlfriend, that he recorded and put out, nobody set that up. The man is garbage. And that's all I'm going to say to chat on that.
Turn those around on you. He
No,
blasted your phone number, your email address, your home address, and everything for his subscribers on a live broadcast with all of
right,
your information. And
right,
that
absolutely.
video is still up to this day.
I'm going to work on trying to figure out how to take care of that, as we discussed over the phone.
Mhm.
That the video, I'm sorry, the piece of evidence that I gave him proving that it was no abuse situation, the police report that I gave him was explaining that my daughter thought I was mad at her because of her boyfriend. It had nothing to do with abuse. TurtleBoy turned it around and said I was slut shaming my daughter. His words, slut shaming my daughter. He used that and talked to my daughters into going into his live show because I was slut shaming my daughter, which I wasn't doing. He wouldn't tell the truth to my daughter about, the evidence I gave him. He turned my daughter against me throughout the divorce. Both my daughters, because I was slut shaming my daughters per TurtleBoy, both my daughters did turn on me. And then they went on his show and he manipulated them into saying it was an abuse, which it never was.
Just keep in mind, Ted Bundy never got arrested before he went on a killing spree, too. So, Misery, you did a great job on this, by the way. Oh, you really did a great job.
Do you want me to
When he
play
posted
that?
my name, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. I'll get it. Go ahead and finish.
Okay. When he posted my address, which again you guys have another police report for, when he posted my address, I had people coming by the house. They were throwing bricks, rocks. At one point, we heard gunfire and jumped to the floor. I didn't know at the time it was paintballs, but someone shot up my house with paintballs. They were throwing eggs, which I guess you got a police report on that showing the whatever. It was just pure violence.
I got
My
one for the
Facebook
windshield.
account, I'm getting to that. My Facebook account was getting all kinds of nasty threats, all kinds of things, including a local person from my town threatening me, where the police ended up dealing with that. I at the time of my divorce, I was doing food pantry deliveries for the senior citizens and the disabled people in our city. And somebody thought it was a good idea on the day I was going to do the deliveries to bust my windshield. They shattered the whole passenger side of my windshield. I ended up doing the deliveries anyway after I made the police report so I don't get stopped with completely shattered windshield. I ended up making a police report, but I still did my food deliveries to the senior citizens because what's going on in my personal life should have never affected them, and it didn't. But by putting out my name, address, my phone number, I got all kinds of nasty, harassing, threatening, violent situations that did put my life in fear. We had to.
All because, now again, this is only his story or her story, but her story is that TurtleBoy was threatening, was doing all these horrible things just because he was trying to protect his daughter. And as far as the comments about him being an opportunist, maybe in social media, but what he did to his girlfriend the other night and put it out on video told me everything I need to know about him. Hey, Mac told me everything I needed to know about him.
block off the front windows. We had to put a 2x4 across our door so no one would try to kick in and break in and try to hurt us. We lived in pure fear. Even up till recently, even up till now, and since he's in jail, but I still have fear for my life because his followers continuously threaten me. I got a threatening message about maybe a month ago now. I felt like I was being attacked by terrorists. And this was all because of TurtleBoy's lies.
So he was actually, just to kind of clarify this, you know, he reached out to your daughters unbeknownst to you, and you have
Correct.
custody of them.
I
And
did.
he was using manipulating words such as, you know, slut shaming, stuff that would rile their emotions. And then he
Absolutely.
got them on the channel to basically have them talk about you. And then there was somebody in the comments that had brought up the fact that your daughters had disputed that. But the problem is that all this could be very easily corroborated, and it doesn't seem like you know, TurtleBoy even bothered looking into the allegations.
Oh no, he didn't care about the allegations. He knew the truth. I sent him evidence, plenty of it, like I sent to you guys. He knew the truth. He just didn't go with it because the truth would not profit his pocket.
Because at the end
He
of the
wouldn't
day,
get
you weren't abusive. There were no allegations of abuse prior to this.
correct. And as TurtleBoy had claimed, I have a very extensive criminal history. I showed you guys how to look in Rhode Island. I have zero criminal history up until what he did to me.
Exactly.
I had no police records at all, no arrests on my record at all. Go ahead.
I think now would be a great time to go into what he did to you.
All right. Did she want to play the video?
Yes, I think she does.
Okay, here we go. This is Ashley's two daughters talking to TurtleBoy. If you want me to stop it, just let me know.
I'm just worried about their faces. That's all.
Okay, I'll cover it.
Because I don't want my daughters being attacked, or I don't want them tormented by any of his followers.
No problem. Here we go.
And I don't know if he's going to state their names in the video. Yeah.
He does.
All right.
They
Well,
both
we'll
do.
forget that. Yeah, we'll forget that video. I don't want my daughters
right,
being
let me
exploited
get it
with this
down.
whole situation any more than he did to them.
All right, I took that down. Let me take this
Sorry.
down. Oh no, it's okay. I thought you wanted me to show them. I'm just showing
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Well, no, I was wondering about that slut shaming comment that he made. That's what I thought you were going to show.
Where is it?
I hid it on you.
It's in the video, right?
I'm not sure to that.
1 second, please. And not her.
Yeah, be
Nothing
respectful.
else.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am a very giving, just respecting somebody for who they are. If you can't say he or she, non-gender neutral comments or names.
But
would be-
don't explain, Ashley. You don't need to
All right.
explain. It was addressed. Let's just move on. That was inappropriate, and I think
Okay.
we got it taken care of.
Honestly, though, it's 2023. Who cares? Who fucking cares? If someone's trans, if someone's gay, if someone's straight, it's 2023. Get with the times, people.
Thank you. Anyways, as I gave TurtleBoy evidence, the more I gave him, the more he spun the wrong way. It got to the point where I in Rhode Island filed a harassment protection order against him. He was supposed to be in court on January 25th. Instead of going to court, he filed a restraining order of his own on the day that he was supposed to go to court for me. He never showed up. Aiden ended up making my Rhode Island restraining order a federal case, literally. And that came to a point where it was going to cost me a minimum of $5,000 for a lawyer I don't have. So my restraining order case got dropped. When I went to show up for his restraining order case in Massachusetts, he manufactured all kinds of lies and all kinds of different things against me. The judge in that case, I don't know if I should say this or not, but the judge in that case, I believe, was friends of his, if you will, or friendly to him, because Aiden didn't prove any of my harassment or anything I did to him. It was all manufactured evidence. I had evidence of what Aiden was doing to me, and the judge destroyed it. Okay? Aiden got his restraining order. Within the next day or two, Aiden filed a false police report against me with a manufactured voicemail. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who the voicemail was manufactured by, but it was a radio host. A radio host that's very, very friendly with TurtleBoy. From what I'm told, and in my opinion, this way there's no trouble. From what I was told, and in my opinion, that radio host is the one that manufactured the voicemail against me.
Okay, let me just point out. Hey, Queen Bella, let me just point out here, guys. I do not believe for 1 second that that voicemail wasn't him. You guys will hear it. Tell me what you guys think on it. Because I'm listening to it. I'm like, that was totally him. I know he's saying it wasn't, but that was totally him.
Aiden was successful getting the first charge. This video that you have on standby, when Aiden found out that because I live in Rhode Island, they would not extradite me on that first charge. Aiden got onto YouTube and he was complaining about me not being extraditable to Massachusetts. So he manufactured a second charge against me. If you want to play that video, now's a good time.
That's that one.
Now, I'll be honest. I'm not so sure I believe this part of the story, and you guys will see why. The kid went missing 3 years ago. He's saying all this happened recently, like January of this year. So I don't know how much of his story I completely believe.
120, that 1 hour and 22-minute section.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you have that email ready, that would be good too, because it's dated. Anyways, while she's getting that ready, Aiden was on YouTube complaining, and somebody recommended for Aiden to do something. And you could see in his face the kind of pleasure and enjoyment that he was going to get by manufacturing another email against me. The very next morning, he manufactured the email. And that now became an extraditable charge, because now there was 2 charges against me that I did nothing to. I did nothing for, I should say. But watch in this video, watch his face when he sees the comment by one of his viewers or whatever.
Do you have them pulled up, Misery?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you've got in here in your notes.
takes to you.
I know it's
Watch for that Mr. Grinch moment. You'll see the Grinch in his face at that moment. I can laugh about it now, but
All right,
at the
here we
time,
go,
it was horrible.
The comment on the screen says, "Can you ask for attorney fees when you win?" Is that what it's supposed to be about?
It's about 1 minute, 1 hour, 20 minutes.
All right, here we go.
You can
All right,
play something
I
with
think
the
that's
mask
too far
on.
down.
I was so thirsty in there talking to a mask
You're
for 3
right.
hours, having a freaking mask on and talking. I'm like,
What?
He's talking
I'm
about the
An
Rhode Island
hour and
court.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I think you got
Get
the
it?
wrong. Is that the right one?
I don't remember. I haven't watched it in so long.
I don't think that's. No.
Hey, Willie.
Okay, never mind. No, that's you. You've got to have the right one. That has to be the right one. I just don't know what it. It just didn't look right to me. I thought I saw
Let's
papers
see
on
what
it
he's
before.
saying.
Okay.
No, I think
He
this
just,
might
like,
be the
he
right one
felt
because it was
like,
in
what?
Rhode Island court.
Okay.
is this world I'm living in right now? And the court officers, I spoke with them. I talked with the sheriffs there, and they tried to have him arrested on the spot, and they couldn't do it.
No, they
They
didn't.
knew about the warrant. They looked it up, and Like, you can't do anything about it. Sorry.
Non-extraditable.
The funny thing is, nobody even noticed if you took the blog down. Exactly. Like, this blog, you all forgot about this blog. Nobody remembers this blog. So I'm not going to answer questions that aren't related to this. I'm just going to talk about this for now. Yeah, you got to fight. You got to fight. Yeah, I mean, I'll have the Holden police be witnesses. I'll have the girls be witnesses.
This is regarding his first charge against me.
Thanks, Willie.
That wasn't extraditable.
Can you ask for attorney's fees?
Here we go.
No, probably not. They're not going to grant it. Not to some idiot like this. Did the judge read TBS herself? I think she read it during the recess because she made the comment about like being on the blog when she came back. Like, she acted like, how dare you? Like, it's okay. She acted like she was upset that I blogged about her. But like, she's also like, I realize that she's very good at walking the line, this judge. Like, I know that, like, I can't stop you from talking about me, but I know. I just want to let you know that.
Just 1 second.
Yes, headstones, it is.
He was upset because he was sending the judge's clerk very, very disgusting, nasty messages. And the judge told him, you can talk about me all you want, but don't you start telling my clerk how to do her job and all that. He was threatening the clerk and everything.
The thing that struck me, though, is that this is the exact same tactics that he uses with Karen Reed. Exactly. It's the same bullshit, the same, oh, everyone's out to get me. Oh, the courts are in my favor. Like, it's just the same shit over and over and over. It's like he never changes. This has nothing to do with Karen Reed.
This is what he's upset about because the judge scolded him for threatening the clerk. Go ahead.
That I know. And you can write about me all you want. So, I mean, ask the judge, she should recuse. I mean, there's no grounds to recuse herself, you know? And you're right, Amanda. This does show how much writers appreciate you do. Keep being the voice for the voices. Thank you.
I might have been wrong. It might have been an hour and 22 minutes. Well, I thought it was an hour and
Read
20.
the code of judicial conduct.
This is 122 here.
Oh, that's a good point. I could.
There you go.
I could get a hearing with him here and have him arrested. That wouldn't be a bad.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Back it up like 3 seconds.
Bad
Back it up
idea.
like 3 seconds.
It's like the light bulb went off in his eye above his head. So he's literally conspiring to find out a way to have a father of a missing child where the child came back home. Just like every other family in America, they have their own share of problems.
And I want you to know, guys, right here, I absolutely agree with Betty. Like, I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. But 100% I agree with what she's about to say.
And this man won't leave them alone and keeps poking at it and festering and making it worse, 10 times worse. And he just won't stop. He never stops. And then when you try to reason with him, he exploits that. He embarrasses and humiliates. And then he profits even more off the more destruction he does, the more profit he makes in these cases. For everybody else, like for me, for any of the other content creators out there, when the case is over, it's over. When we were out looking for a 2-year-old, his name was, Rollins. What was it? JJ Rollins. You know, when he was found, the search was over. You know, we didn't go and start beating on his mom's door asking why he was a 2-year-old that was able to wander off from his house. I mean, he was found, he was brought home, he was safe. We now move on to our next case.
Right.
And Headstones, it's funny that you say that because there are certain things that she says later on that I'm like, you know what? I hope she's listening to herself because she does this.
TurtleBoy wouldn't. TurtleBoy was making a fortune off my case. Probably not as much because he didn't have as many viewers, but he was making a fortune off my case like he's doing to the Karen Reed case now. He's just exploiting every option he can.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue to play, but watch his face on that when you play it again.
Yes, this is 122 coming up right now.
Read the code of judicial conduct. Well, that's a good point. I could get a hearing with him here and have him arrested. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
See?
Uncle TurtleBoy, and people wonder why he's a narcissist. Uncle TurtleBoy, really?
Look at that face.
Can I request a new judge?
Yeah, he looks very happy that he has
Now that
another
manufactured
option.
that manufactured email, as I explained on the Stephanie in the Morning show, Stephanie in the Morning is out of Cape Cod. That email that I got arrested for was manufactured the very next morning. Again, look at that face. Okay. It was from a story he did. Well, it's actually involving two different people, but a story he did about a Matthew and somebody with the last name, I believe, of Taylor. And the email address was M.A. Taylor. It has Matthew's home address building number on the email. He used a former viewer, I don't know if it was a friend of his, I forget her name. He used a former viewer's name as the name of the person on the email address. Clearly, if you're going to manufacture some evidence against somebody, the first thing you do is make sure it's not linkable back to you. And it was
Are you talking
so
about Matthew
easily
and Corey?
proven. Matthew, and I think it was Corey Taylor, something like that. He did a story on a Matthew Matthew is one person, and Taylor was either the first or last name of the other person. Yeah, he did a show on them, but he used M.A. Taylor with the person with Matthew's building number to where he lives. I'm not going to go into that.
So the first time I heard this, I didn't even understand the point of it. The second time I'm hearing it, I still don't understand the point of it.
I don't want to exploit somebody else's address like TurtleBoy does. That email address was directly and easily linkable back to him, and that's why the judge threw out the emails and everything, because it was so simple to prove that it was directly linked back to him. So that email after this video, the very next morning after this video, that email was manufactured, taken to either the police or the court, and now I became extraditable from Rhode Island to Massachusetts. So any police department in this country could.
That's all right. Prisons have jails. Have phones. He could still contact me.
Arrest me. And I did. I got arrested. Very next, I think it was a day or two after this. As soon as it became extraditable, he got the extradition that he wanted, that he was complaining about this entire video. As soon as it became extraditable, I got arrested. I got brought to the Rhode Island ACI. I was held overnight. I was in a men's prison being transgender. Being in prison, first of all, is a horrifying, scary situation. Being in prison with certain body modifications, how do I explain this? Wearing female clothing because I am transgender. It's a very, very, very mortifying, scary feeling.
First of all, he wasn't in prison. He was in county jail, because you only go to prison if you're doing hard time. Secondly, why would they put a transgender in a male prison if he's biologically female? So I'm assuming he's only half female. I know there is a big difference. That's what I'm saying. He didn't go to prison. He went to county.
And I believe you have the discharge card. You can show that picture if you'd like. I was
Oh,
sent to the
yeah, I
prison
do have
overnight
that.
because of him. I didn't do anything wrong, and I was sent to prison overnight because of him. Okay, this is the level of um, terrifying, horrific things that TurtleBoy does and doesn't care about anybody when he does it.
See, what I'm missing in this, though, what does he have to, like, why would it escalate this far? That's what hasn't been said yet. I don't know if it's stated later, but it's the one piece of this. We're 45 minutes in, and I still don't have that answer. How did a missing child escalate to this proportion? And I don't know if there is an answer, but that's what keeps riding in the back of my mind. Like, it's not like the guy worked for the state or anything else. It's not like the Karen Reed case. So how did it escalate to this point?
He ruins and destroys and humiliates and absolutely crucifies the person just for clicks and views. And in the end result, it's not really about clicks and views. It's all about his pocket. The more money he can get, the better off he feels, whether he ruins somebody or not.
Yeah, and also I wanted to say that there was a news article that came out, or a news clip that came out in the last 24 hours, where some of his supporters were out there saying that they feel like that the prosecution, the state is weaponizing the laws against him. And when I hear these stories like yours and others, there are other people like you in the same boat that have dealt
Right.
with this man, and he's just never left their life, and he just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on. And he's used the law, he's weaponized the system to intimidate people and to force people
This is the part where I thought, Betty, are you listening to yourself? Because this sounds an awful lot like you.
to have to deal with this.
Right. And the thing is, he uses restraining orders where he manufactures the evidence to hang somebody, even though they didn't do anything wrong. He's probably got more restraining order cases than anybody in the world. I'll be honest with you. Okay. But he manufactures the evidence against them. They don't have a chance, whether they're honest, dishonest, or not. They never have a chance. I was I was brought to court. I was held in the prison overnight. The next morning, I went to court in Leominster, and he live videoed, which was against the law in Massachusetts. He live videoed my arraignment. I couldn't have been at the worst moment of my life than I was at that point. And he was bragging about that. Anything he can do to make viewers or to make profit for viewers, anything he can do is what he does. He destroys people for profit. The judge gave me conditions like he had before. He had conditions in Massachusetts when he was arrested on those, when he was indicted on those 16 charges. There was conditions. One condition is no further trouble. You can't get arrested or be involved with the law. I followed that, but I was in grave fear that he was going to manufacture something to have me locked up for 90 days. Thank God it didn't happen. But I was in fear every day, not knowing if this crazy person is going to manufacture something just to have me sent to prison again for enjoyment purposes. He at that point, it wasn't about money. It was more about laughing and enjoying what he was doing to somebody. Okay, while making profit doing it.
And
I was off.
like, it's hard. Like, sometimes it's hard for me. Like, even as Karen Reed, I see some good people. I see a lot of good people out there advocating, whether we agree with Karen Reed or not. There's some good-hearted people out there advocating, and it's surprising to me how they're willing to be sucked into the ugly part of this.
Who thinks Betty's jealous because she's not out there? I don't know why she's not out there either. Betty, that's your thing. Get out there.
Versus the good part of just the advocacy. And so some of these people have actually, against their own good judgment, I'm sure, have engaged in these practices and stuff, against you and others as
Right.
supporters of his.
Well, I wonder on some of that, and this is just my heart thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were all sucked into it. I think maybe some people just enjoy drama.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of, attach it because they enjoy the drama. I don't know if I believe there's too many people not thinking with, like you said, a clear mind, their better judgment.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear stories, you automatically believe the person that's telling the stories, unless they were proven wrong.
Right.
And unfortunately, these people, and I'm not criticizing any of the Karen Reed followers, but there are people out there that willing to put themselves in jail, like they did with that. What was that? That ride along or whatever, that road rage thing that he did with 50, 75, 100 people. The road rally,
Mm-hmm.
the road rally against witnesses. He's claiming innocence, but he broadcasted his crimes.
Yeah.
But his followers believe him unconditionally because they, like TurtleBoy calls himself, he's not God because God didn't have any children, but he's a pope. They believe him like he's a pope, if you will.
Think of the
They don't-
arrogance and the narcissism that comes along with making that statement alone.
And Betty wouldn't know anything about that. Nah.
Right. But some people just believe because they believe the person for whatever reason. And I'm sorry, but in my opinion, it makes them suckers. Even if they've never been a sucker in their life, they're
Right.
just not listening to facts. They don't have an open mind. Karen Reed followers, I think, is a different set of people. True Karen Reed believers are a different set of people, but you got both with TurtleBoy.
Yeah.
I wish they would have an open mind because they're going by TurtleBoy's lies, but the DA has never released any evidence as far as what they have.
Right.
And that's all going to come out of trial. Once it comes out of trial, win, lose, or draw, hopefully
I
that's
don't want
the
to
end
talk
of all
about
that
that
drama.
case because it's too
Right.
much.
But hopefully, once that case is over, like with my missing daughter, once that case is over, hopefully everything goes back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Now, we were talking about, how he had you arrested and stuff. What were the results of those criminal charges?
Well, I'm going to step back just a minute. While I was in the ACI, there is no real low point in your life till you hit something like that. I was in the ACI. I wasn't allowed to have my clothes. They strip searched me, which I could have died right there from a heart attack. My heart was racing. They do a medical evaluation on you, and they ended up calling the rescue because they thought I was having a massive heart attack. My heart rate was up to 170, 180. My heart was doing whatever it was doing. Rescue cleared me and they put me in a room. They put me in a room where if I had thoughts, bear with me. If anybody has ever in their life suicidal thoughts, please don't do it. There is a lot of help, a lot of resources, and a lot of great people out there. I had thoughts of hanging myself with my pants.
Okay. This is where I thought it was a little over the top. I know I'm a strong bitch. Don't get me wrong. I also had to do 30 days in jail. I had to do 48 hours in jail. Then I had to do 30 days because I wouldn't listen. It's not that terrifying. It's not like you're being sent to a maximum security prison. You're in a holding cell. It is not this big of a deal. I could never imagine wanting to end my life from being in a holding cell overnight. This is where he's either very weak or we're not getting the whole story. I tend to think that someone that walks around and lives life as a member of the opposite sex is not a weak person. You have to be pretty strong. So that tells me that we're missing a lot of the story, that he is not telling us the whole story. That's just my opinion.
By the payphone with the pipe that came down the wall, it would have been so easy to do. That's how low my life got because TurtleBoy wanted to have fun with me. In the meanwhile, I went to the court in Massachusetts. I was released on conditions. I followed every one of them, obviously. And TurtleBoy stalked me and taunted me and haunted me and was following everything I did on Facebook. I tried to block his accounts, more popped up. I have a very, very long list of TurtleBoy's fake accounts. And all he was doing that for was to shame me, clicks and views. I don't know how you monetize clicks and views, but that's beside the point. He terrorized and tormented me for 3 years. I finally went to court for trial. TurtleBoy was one of the 3 witnesses. It was a school principal, just to say he got the call, no real evidence. It was a police officer testifying to what TurtleBoy said, again, no real evidence. But there was a jury of 6 people and 1 alternate that all listened to the case. When TurtleBoy came on the stand,
see, that's the part that I'm missing. What case? The only thing I've heard so far is a daughter missing who came home. Where is the case? What put him in jail? What case are they talking about? If the daughter came home, why? How did he put him in jail? Like, these are things that I wish someone would ask, because these are the questions that have no answers.
and he repeated his lies. He repeated that voice call, that voice recording was my voice. You have that voice recording available?
The one to the job
The one to the job,
or the
yes.
fake one?
Okay. Now, Ashley says this call is fake and this call is a setup. I believe the call is him. Tell me what you guys think after you hear it. I'm going to do a poll. I believe the call is him. He's saying it's not. I believe it is.
We're gonna the fake
Yeah.
one.
1 second.
Yeah. TurtleBoy
Okay.
told the jury that this
pulling it
was
up
my
right now.
voice. Go ahead. And he said that it was 100% absolutely no questions asked my voice on this recording. And as you're going to hear, like the jurors heard, this is definitely not my voice. And the funny thing is one of the jurors was a TurtleBoy follower.
That I don't believe either, because that would have been brought out in questioning. That would have been brought out when they were picking a jury, and they would never, the prosecution would have never allowed it. So I don't believe that part of the story.
They should have been removed from that jury. That's prejudicial.
I thought so too, but there was
Yep.
another. Aiden got very upset because there was also a transgender person on the jury. So if you're going to complain about one, you're going to complain about the other.
No, because it has nothing to do with any other thing than whether you know the person. And if they were a follower or a fan,
They admitted it.
Yep.
They admitted to being a follower. They told the judge.
Qualified them.
See, he's saying they told the judge. I don't believe this. I don't. Judge wouldn't say, oh, okay, no problem. No. It's not like a famous person. TurtleBoy is not famous. It's not like, the Johnny Depp trial. Do you know who Johnny Depp is? Yeah, try to find someone who doesn't know who Johnny Depp is. You know what I mean?
Well, they told the judge they could give an honest, unbiased opinion on the case based upon facts.
I would have still pulled them. Anytime you have more than an arm's length, you got to pull them.
But that's okay.
But that's
it's
good.
Okay. It gets a little bit better though. When during the trial,
tell me if you can hear.
And you'll just have to accept it.
Okay.
During the trial, they gave a very, very, very how do I explain it? They gave TurtleBoy's September 1st, 2020 story. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? And I said it to you guys earlier. A very biased, very should have never been presented into evidence story. Very, all of TurtleBoy's slander, lies, and all that. They gave that to the jury to look at. And I thought at that moment right there, my case was done. My case was over. I'm going to lose because of what TurtleBoy wrote about me. Okay. I was destroyed.
Last time I checked, especially back then, TurtleBoy was not a celebrity. TurtleBoy had a following on Facebook that wasn't even impressive. He still doesn't have a following that's impressive.
Right. I was so upset when they gave them that story. It was a September 1st, 2020 post on his page there. I thought at that moment, right then and there, all over, especially with a TurtleBoy follower on the jury. I was sure that was the end of that. I was going to be found guilty. Let me know if you guys are ready with that phone call recording.
I just sent her a
I'm
text. So
sending
what I
it
was
to
going to
her
tell
right
you,
now.
Misery, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk you through it. Down at the bottom where it says present, click on present. And
he testified that this was 100% my voice. And the police report, see, he can't even keep his lies straight. In the police report, he said it was 99.9% my voice. So even over 0.1%, he still couldn't keep it honest.
wow. Did that work for you?
I am getting it right now.
Was it already previously sent to me? If it was, I can just pull it. Titled the
December 26th.
oh, I haven't gone.
Play with a different media player.
What's the title of the email? You know,
Sorry.
you just sent it? Yeah, I'm
Also,
sorry. I had to convert the WAV file into an MP3.
And he does that. He exploits that situation. This man put his heart and soul into my case. He got investigators into my case. He got speech experts into my case. This man put his heart and soul out for me. Christopher Walton is correct. Christopher Walton out of Fitchburg, Mass.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this. This
That's
thing's
all right.
giving me such problems. It's making me turn the MP3 into a movie, which I turned it to an.
Oh my God, why the fuck did she cut it? Really? The fuck? Really, Stoner? Just when we get into the good part. Oh my God. I can't believe Stoner just did that. Really, Stoner? Stoner came in here earlier and said, thank you for sharing, and now she hides it. Make it make sense. The fuck? The hell did you do that for? We were just getting to the damn voicemail. She came into chat earlier. She's like, thank you for sharing it. And now she just puts it on private. The fuck? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. It comes back. Oh, no, maybe not. Nope, she put it on private. What the hell? Hold on. The fuck she do that for? Now I'm pissed. Yeah, Sweet Misery. I know, we've been sharing a channel. Fuck that. The fuck? Where's her email? What the fuck? Why did you cut the video? We have been dropping your link all night, and I cannot believe you did it. You did it. All right. Video isn't public. Now it's public. It wasn't public a second ago. It's not public anymore. She cut it. I cannot believe she did that. That's some shady ass shit. Miss V, where do you see it? I'm looking right at it. There's nothing here. It's not here. I know, right, Rock Jam? I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, really? It is a Betty move. I agree. Whatever. Miss V, I'm looking at her fucking channel. It's not here. I'm not going to show it again. It's not here. So I don't know what the fuck you're looking at, but it's not here. I'll even redo it. Oh, now it is. Now it's back. It wasn't a second ago.
What's the word I'm looking for? And I said it to you guys earlier. A very biased, very should have never been presented into evidence story. Very all of TurtleBoy slander, lies, and all that. They gave that to the jury to look at. And I thought at that moment right there, my case was done. My case was over. I'm going to lose because of what TurtleBoy wrote about me. Okay. I was destroyed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ms. B, but it wasn't there when I was like screaming at you.
So upset when they gave them that story. It was a September 1st, 2020 post on his page there. I thought at that moment, right then and there, all over, especially with a TurtleBoy follower on the jury. I was sure that was the end of that. I was going to be found guilty.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, found guilty of what? We still don't know what is going on.
Let me know if you guys are ready with that phone call recording.
I just sent her a text. So what I was going to tell you,
now.
Misery, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk you through it. Down at the bottom where it says present, click on present, and then go to video file, and then select the video.
Okay.
This is supposedly my voice that he testified. He testified that this was 100% my voice. And the police.
Okay, in all fairness, I'm 98% that it's his voice. Tell me what you guys think.
Report, see, he can't even keep his lies straight. In the police report, he said it was 99.9% my voice. So even over 0.1%, he still couldn't keep it honest.
Wow. Did that work for you?
I am getting it right now. No, it's not. It doesn't have the anything that I put in there.
All right, send it to me. Find out what's going on.
File.
With everything.
It says fake.
It was a full email. I'll tell you that. I was afraid
fake.
it wasn't going to send.
The email?
Okay, hold on. File Stephanie's interview.
Put in the subject line, is it victim of TurtleBoy? Is
Voicemail.
It probably is, yeah.
It says voicemail.
I can't find one that says voicemail on here.
I'm going to send it to you right
Tinker, I already apologized. Where have you been?
now.
I have victim of TurtleBoy. I don't have one that says voicemail.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I don't have one that says voicemail on it.
I'm not Queen Bee. I don't need to be told when to apologize.
I've never had to play something like that, so I've never done it. Sorry.
That's
Okay,
okay.
I'm
I
gonna send it
haven't
to
figured
you
out how to
now.
do much of any of this stuff, including sending you stuff was difficult for me. You're
Yeah.
way ahead of me, so you're good.
Did you send that to me by email?
Need to talk about the.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Basic part of my file, so I do apologize for that.
No, it's
Thank you.
okay.
By the
Oh.
way, Shani, again, I got a court-appointed attorney, Christopher Walton, out of Fitchburg, Massachusetts. That man fought me, a 10-star attorney, not 1 to 5. He definitely is a 10. He definitely deserves a shout out.
Okay, I
How do
think
you
I'm
spell
almost-
his last name?
W-A-L.
WALTON?
Correct.
such problems? It's making me turn.
It's
Converter
not
online.
just
If I had to do it,
Oh,
it definitely
no.
wouldn't be me.
We'll
you
get
went
it
through all the stuff, Betty.
She missed one thing. It's perfectly understandable.
Oh, I'm sure I've missed probably 3 or 4 things, to be honest with you. But we won't say anything. We'll go keep my glaring defects to myself. Say anything. We'll go.
Had nobody to talk.
All
All
right.
right,
Here
so
we
this
go.
is supposed to be my voice. Here we go.
Tell me what you guys think. I think it is him. I really do.
Yeah, I was wondering when you guys are going to do something about that crazy teacher you have hired there, Julianne Carney. That's disgusting that you guys support that. Like, what's the matter with you people? We're not going to stop until she is fired.
That is a voicemail that was sent to TurtleBoy's wife's job. That is definitely 100%, or because Aiden can't remember his lies, 99.9% my voice.
You
Yeah.
want to say it
Funny.
one more time?
Play it one more time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering when you guys are going to do something about that crazy teacher you have hired there, Julianne Carney. That's disgusting that you guys support that. Like, what's the matter with you people?
See, now it doesn't sound like him, but when I was on my cell phone with a headset, it did sound like him. But now on a computer, it doesn't.
We're not going to stop until she is fired.
The other funny point too is I call him Kearney. I don't know what because even the media makes mistakes with his last name. I've never referred to him or anybody else as Carney. But I'll say Carney because I want it to be compared to that.
No, listening to it again, it doesn't. But it definitely sounded like him earlier on my headset. But on the computer, it doesn't.
Voicemail.
Right.
That was
No.
the first voicemail for the first charge. The manufactured evidence, the manufactured email was the other video you played. That was the second charge that got me extraditable.
Wow. So all this was
Like, how does TurtleBoy have this kind of power? That's what I don't get. How does TurtleBoy have this power that they're going to extradite him over a fucking voicemail? This is crazy.
manufactured, and so he was able to get it. Wow.
He was pissed when he found out the first charge wasn't extraditable. That whole other video, where he had that Grinch look on his face, that whole other video was basically complaining because it wasn't extraditable. I don't know if he really did.
But extradited for what? That's what nobody is asking or answering. Extradited for what? What is the charge? What did you guys do? How did this escalate from a missing child to jail and extradition? It doesn't make sense.
Talk to the sheriffs or not. I don't know if they looked it up. I don't know what the situation was. But he did everything in his power to make sure, I was extradited.
Okay. So, no, he said he didn't have a lawyer. Well, now he's saying he had one, but earlier he said he didn't have one. They're connected because he had a missing daughter. His daughter was 15, dating like a 49-year-old man. And somehow TurtleBoy was involved in this, got involved with the guy. And that's all we pretty much know. After that, I don't understand how this all went to shit.
He wanted to make sure you were in jail for whatever reason.
Right. But he manufactured all the evidence for me to go to jail, so he got his wish.
Karma.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I said. Anyways, when the jury read that article that he wrote, very prejudicial was the word I was looking for. That article that TurtleBoy wrote was extremely prejudicial, extremely hateful, I'm sure with a bunch of comments. And maybe you can ask your viewers, I still to today don't understand what this means. He put my name with BLT123. What does that mean? Does anybody know?
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, and now you got me
That's the only thing
hungry.
I was thinking of too.
Right.
I heard it as in
But it was
BLT.
supposed to be something nasty, I'm assuming. I thought BLT is in a sandwich as well, but if your viewers know what that means as far as a slanderous way, that's the only thing still I wonder about.
Well, the daughter went missing in 2020, but this sounds like it was this year.
Anyway, with that statement that he gave the jury,
What's the numbers behind it? LT what?
BLT 123. I think it was BLT-123. I googled it once before. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it might just be something that rhymed with him that he'd only know about for all we know.
But anyways, the jury listened. If you don't want to say it now, you can text it to me later.
You want me to tell you what it is?
Go ahead. Maybe your viewers are going to want to know now too.
A simplification of the ever-changing, ever-lengthening initialism LGBTQ. He made that up. The origins of BLT-123 can be traced to the new.
The transgender comes in because this Ashley is a man. Well, now he's a woman, but he's the father.
News blog, TurtleBoy Daily News, and it says they keep adding letters. Just call them BLTs 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's why. Because there's so many letters in the name LGBTQIA.
Plus, yeah.
So he's saying, just call it BLT 1, 2, 3 instead of all of those letters. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
I'll show you.
Well, you did better research than me. I couldn't find anything related to BLT.
I couldn't either. See what happens when you guys are good investigators.
I see it now.
All right, here we go.
And of course, it's got to go into the Urban Dictionary. Okay. Golly, you know what? It just sounds to me like these people, they do this stuff with the Urban Dictionary. It's like this group of freaking hyenas.
I can't read it right now. I'll read it later. But anyways, with that statement, that I was terrified about that statement, or his article, not statement, his article that the prosecutor gave the jury to hurt me. One of his followers was on the jury, and at that moment, I was terrified. Once they listened to that recording you just played, I think they listened. They went back into the jury room. And we ended up waiting a couple of hours because there was other cases going on while the juror was out. They came back and they asked the judge to replay TurtleBoy's arraignment video of me, which was my voice, which you can hear now clear as day. Turtle Boy's arraignment video of my voice and that voicemail. They asked to hear it. I think they heard it between 3, 4, 5 times over and over. As soon as they heard that, they went back to the jury room, and not even less than 5 minutes, they were ready. I was shaking. I'm going to back up just a moment. While Turtle Boy was testifying against me, I couldn't even look at him. I was so sick to my stomach, I thought I was going to throw up all over the table. Anybody with a weak stomach, I apologize. I was sick. I was really shaken and sick while he was testifying against me. I could not look at him. I looked at the jury the entire time. I didn't even peep back to look at him. When he was coming in the courtroom, I turned my chair to look away from him. That's how terrified I was of him. Anyways, the jury came back less than 5 minutes after hearing those recordings, and they found me not guilty. I literally broke down in tears. My lawyer held me up. I broke down in tears because I was grateful that this whole thing was over. And unfortunately, Turtle Boy followers did not get the news because he kept the news from them. He went on his live show to say, "Oh, I testified against Ashley today. She's going to go to jail, blah, blah, blah." After I was found not guilty, he went dead silent. He didn't say nothing to his viewers because, according to Turtle Boy, he's never lost in court. He has never once lost in court, according to Turtle Boy. Every time he loses in court, you know, because he goes dead silent.
Yeah, that's pretty indicative. That is pretty indicative of anybody, you know, when you're doing wrong and they go silent.
Well, if I lose, for whatever the situation may be, I figure to myself, well, maybe I was wrong. If somebody confronts me with facts and I put something out there and they confront me with facts, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You're right. I admit to my mistakes. But Turtle Boy did everything in his power to cover up this story. I went on the Stephanie in the Morning show from Cape Cod. Stephanie in the Morning show broadcasted my whole story like you guys are doing today. He told his viewers there's no such thing as a Stephanie in the Morning show. He's done everything to try to hide what he did to me, cover up what he did to me. Because I was the only one, best of my knowledge.
Would you like for me to show her show?
If you want to show a clip to it, if you could put a link in your description as well, that would be awesome. But he was so embarrassed that this information, what he did to me, was going to get out. He did everything to hide and prevent this information from getting out. And he went to the point to even say that her show didn't exist, but her show's been online for a long time. His viewers won't take the time
Stephanie
to look
what?
for her show. Stephanie in the Morning. I think I sent you a direct link to that there. It's on YouTube, Stephanie in the Morning, and then put my name. It'll come right up. We were talking about. Turtle Boy is so corrupt and destroys people's lives because Turtle Boy himself was shamed for, and we're going to go with the word alleged, sexual misconduct of a 14-year-old child. He ended up losing his job. I'm going to say he lost his job because of sexual innuendos with a 14-year-old student.
Is that true? Can anyone confirm that?
Allegedly. And his mother was on the school board. So
At the time that this investigation was going on.
Right. Turtle Boy was publicly shamed for the sexual innuendos, alleged sexual innuendos with a student. And his mom was on the school board at the time this was going on. So Aiden got offered a deal. Walk away to avoid the investigation or let the investigation go. He knew he was guilty then. He just chose to walk away because mommy helped get him out of trouble. He should have been arrested then. But Turtle Boy is destroying people's lives
I have
because
that
he was
article too.
shamed.
I'll
So
read after this.
All right, he was publicly shamed. So now he decided, if I'm going to be publicly shamed, I'm going to publicly shame and ruin other people. At the time, I don't believe it was monetary purposes. I think it was just revenge because he was shamed. but he has exploded into a very corrupt, very dangerous, and I mean dangerous because he weaponizes the courts against other people. But he has exploded since then into the monster he's become. And again, in my opinion, the way I was treated by him, I felt as though he was a terrorist. In my heart, that's what he was. He was a terrorist. This
And
is
that's
the video.
And that's what the people that are dealing, the witnesses in the Karen Reed case, are having to deal with as well.
Yeah, and once again with my house, he put my name, address, phone number, email, everything out there. My Facebook photo, everything.
Thank you, Southern Gal. Woo woo. Who else is jumping on that train? But I will say this. I just looked it up and I can't find anything. I looked up a few different things about Aiden and a 14-year-old. Aiden is a school teacher. I'm not finding anything. So if someone could tell me exactly what to look up to find it, let me know.
He put all that information out there. People were driving by my house. And like I said, they shot up my house. I didn't know it was bullets or paintballs. They shot up my house with a paintball gun.
That's dangerous.
Okay. I had me, my son, and 2 other people in the house. We dropped to the floor to save our lives because we thought bullets were going to come through the walls. He
And
done the
people
same
are
thing with
supporting this man. People are
Yes.
supporting this man that does these types of things and incites his audience.
That's what the DA mentioned in court. He could not do anything, but he was telling on one of his videos, God only knows where it is, on one of his videos, I didn't tell you to stop. No, I don't think that's exactly what he said, but he was inciting his viewers to continue on his behalf.
Yes.
And the DA mentioned that in court, and they were.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly what he did with that road rally to the witnesses in the Karen Reed case. He terrorized these people. There was one of the witnesses had her children home. It's horrible feeling. You feel like the world's coming to an end, because at one point for me it almost did. But it's such a terrifying, horrific feeling because you don't know what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if they're going to burn the house down, smash in the windows, bust your car up like they did to my truck. You don't know what it's such a horrific feeling, and there's no way out at that moment. You don't know, what they're going to do, and by the time the police get there, they're going to be gone.
Yeah, and this stuff on social media and the stuff that we can do digitally and manipulating documentation and stuff like that is really becoming an issue. And I foresee this becoming a talking point for our politicians in the future, which it needs to be talked about, because I see people getting assaulted on social media. I'm not going to say one platform or the other, because it's rampant on all of them.
Right. I did talk to a couple of politicians in Massachusetts,
Mm-hmm.
and they refused to get involved because of the situation of how dangerous TurtleBoy is. One politician did say to me, they're looking to see if they can do some sort of TurtleBoy law. It's a law based because of what TurtleBoy has done to people. And he ended up telling me there's not enough they can do because he's never been convicted of anything.
Well, he's about to have some convictions coming
now
down.
the
I don't see
opportunity
him getting out of this.
Now the opportunity's at the door.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, here's Stephanie's video. I'm just gonna play a little clip of it.
Sponsors, and if you are looking to reduce, reuse.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to put her.
Yeah, that's
girl over here.
That's for
my mug.
That was for Habitat for Humanity. They're fantastic.
Never give up.
This basically boils down to bullying, to a situation. Like, honestly, it's still the bullying. Do you feel like that's where it all began? I mean, with your divorce, with your transition, with your like, where do you want to start here? Are we going to start in 2020? Good morning,
Tell
Dave.
me when
Good
you
morning,
want me to
Katie.
stop it.
That's okay right there. That's good.
I filed.
Okay.
I mean, she got the point across right then and there. And if you put the link in the description, your viewers can watch it. But you got the dead on point right there. It was all about bullying. You know, TurtleBoy needed to bully somebody to be able to get the views. Once he's got the views, then he suckers them into donations. TurtleBoy made fun of me because one of my animals passed away, and I had a GoFundMe to help me with my animal that passed away, and he trashed me because of that GoFundMe. But if you watch the beginning of every one of his videos and the end of every one of his videos, please give me, give me, give me, give me. I was in a desperate situation with my animal that passed away. It had nothing to do with me taking advantage of people for money. It had nothing to do with me suckering people for money. I just needed help at that moment. I am a person that's on disability. I don't have any money. I suffered a couple of very horrific injuries related to work, including losing a toe and breaking my back. I'm on disability not by choice. And TurtleBoy destroyed me and made fun of me for a GoFundMe of $250, I think was the GoFundMe. Except he's making, what did the DA say, $500,000 so far on Karen Reed's case?
All right, he has not made $500,000, that I can tell you. But I will say this. So I've been doing some research on what I can find. The problem is none of it's credible. It's just somebody's opinion. I'm not finding any credible news source that has covered this, but it happened back in 2000. The part that I do get, it happened in 2015. He had a political debate with a 14-year-old student, and I guess they said it was sexual harassment, which back then could be anything. And when, I don't know who timed you out. And because of that, he retired before the investigation was over.
He harassed me for $250.
And not one penny given to Karen Reed or her defense.
No, you like that? And it's on video. He said that on video. Do you have that video?
Yeah, I think they know that be true, because to be honest with you, we all know that.
Yeah,
anything about
he
Karen
admitted
Reed, I
on
don't wanna
video.
play.
It was a TurtleBoy clip. I think it was
Oh.
on that same section of videos where you got the other videos from. It was a TurtleBoy clip basically saying that he's stiffing Karen Reed. She ain't getting a penny. You know?
No, I don't have that. I didn't hear that.
That's in that same person. I can't remember her name at the moment. Like I said before, I get brain dead moments. You played videos from that person earlier. Kendra. It was in one of her videos.
Kendra?
Yeah, it was in one of her videos, groups of
Okay.
videos, whatever it is. Kendra.James65, I believe, is the not YouTuber, TikTok videos. Kendra.James65. It was a TikTok account.
Yeah, I
not
remember
YouTube.
seeing a TikTok of the. Yeah, I just saw it. I think right before I came on here.
That video is in that. I ended up laughing so hard. It was funny. That group of videos. I think they're all about
There's
him.
so many she has of him.
Trust me, I'm not either. It sucks.
Name in the
Well, it was more about. I don't remember the whole article.
Is anyone else getting bored with this already? Because I kind of am.
I haven't seen it in a while. She wrote an article about.
No, it actually happened in 2015. Articles that were posted in 2015 is when it happened. I thought it was last year too. It's not. April 29th, 2015. Why is Aiden Kearney sexually harassing his former student? It happened years ago. It's getting boring, right? So while I was something popped up on my phone. Headlines made a comment about it earlier, but I'm not totally sure of the scenario? What did Betty do earlier? Hey, Kelsey. Betty did something earlier. I'll show you. Hold on. Well, uh-oh. Did I lose you guys? No. Why say I lost internet? That's weird. No, it's weird. I opened up some. It said, you don't have connection to the internet. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. Here it is. So I'm not going to play the whole thing because I'll drop the link though. Because I don't even understand what the first half has to do with Betty. It's about someone's story. Oh, it's from Daisy and oh, I know what that is. I don't know what Betty did though. They had a movie about it. The two girls that was sexually assaulted, and then one of them died, and now they both died. Do you know what I'm talking about? I forgot her name. It was Daisy and something else. But I guess this is what Headlines was talking about with Betty this morning. No, not Delphi.
The semicolon project was originally started by Amy Blue. In a sentence, a semicolon is a pause. It's not an end, it's just a pause. And so what the semicolon represents is that your story isn't over yet, it's just paused for the moment. Your story isn't over yet, it's just paused for the moment.
Yeah, there was a movie about it. I forgot her name. But she took her own life and then her mom died or something.
Doing something that you did not ask for yourself, okay? That you were not a willing participant in, and go on another channel and say he did something to you that disgusting when we all know that's not true, right? And then come into my chat room of all places and start talking and communicating. You are not welcome here, okay? Just because you're a woman and you scream the R word doesn't mean that every other woman believes the bullshit that came out of your mouth first and foremost, right for you. You did dirty. You did dirty. You did our boy dirty. You know it was a damn lie. I know it was a damn lie because I was on the phone with him.
Okay, let me just say in all fairness that Audrey and Daisy, thank you, Kelsey. Yes, Audrey and Daisy. There are a lot of women that lie. I mean, there are. So you just have to remember that. A lot of people do lie about assault. And a lot of women on the stand lie about it. So I don't know what the context was that got her here.
Okay? I know you were wanting it. that doesn't want anybody knowing her address. Baby, I know who you are. I know your address. Don't make me show up on your front doorstep, but you will never be here. My chat room again. So move on. Go back to Amissa and you know, do what you do over there. Do what you do best. Like, why don't you call law enforcement? Why don't you call this in? She's like, oh no, you know, it is what it is. And that is not an ARD victim. That's not an ARD victim. I was ARD. You know what? I was ARD. You know what I did? I got away as quickly as I could. I called 911 and I went straight to the hospital. That is a victim.
Actually, I'm gonna argue that. Because a real victim is afraid to call 911. A real victim may not have the opportunity to go to the hospital. I was a victim. And the last thing I did was go to the hospital. So does that make me less than a victim? No, not at all. So that one I have to completely fucking disagree with.
No, I was not there. I'm not going to allege whether one thing or the other thing happened. All I know is I don't believe her.
There is so much stigma when it comes to survivors sharing their stories. I'm not the first person to have posted about their incident on social media or to question institutions and laws put in place, nor will I be the last. And I personally have witnessed other survivors speaking up on social media and sharing their own experiences, and then only to be cyberbullied for doing so. Victim blaming occurs when people try to rationalize the behavior of the perpetrator by attributing part or all of the blame onto survivors. And while online platforms have given a voice to survivors like social media, they've also proved to further amplify victim blaming in some of these instances. And that was something that always puzzled me. Like, when a survivor was brave enough to speak up about their abuse, 10% of question.
Don Wells is guilty because Don Wells is guilty. Don Wells did something to his daughter long before she ever disappeared. Believe that. And if you don't, it's not my problem. But you don't sit there and tell me I'm part of the problem when you're supporting a monster that did despicable things to his daughter, did despicable things to his 5-year-old sister.
Thank you, True Texan. 50 cents for Betty to buy a clue, $1.50 for Laura. Thanks.
A founding member of a popular search dive team is facing allegations of rape of a child from 3 decades ago. Court documents obtained by 6 News show Jared Lisek of Adventures with Purpose is charged with 2 counts of rape of a child from 1992 in Utah. The documents say the girl was 9 years old and Lisek was 7 years older than her. Utah does not have a statute of limitations for rape, allowing charges to now be brought forward. Adventures with Purpose is on underwater search and recovery efforts for missing people, helping solve 26 cases since just the organization.
Adventures with Purpose, like, wow. How do I feel about the whole Adventures with Purpose thing? I feel that it was very strategic when the other side of the family came out. It was right after Kylie Rodney case. It was right after they were getting national recognition for the work that they were doing. You know, this was something that happened 30 years ago. It sounds like when both of them were very young. As a teenager myself, I mean, we did a lot of stupid shit when we were younger. Outside of just trying to, use it as a weapon. Maybe they got their feelings hurt, or, it was all rushing back to her when he was, becoming successful. A million here, a million there, set up a GoFundMe, set up.
Okay. I don't know if I believe that claim that every 9 minutes. I don't know where she got that from. And the reason I say I don't know if I buy that, I could be wrong. But the reason why I don't know if I buy that, because if you're in a custody fight and CPS is involved and you claim sexual abuse, you're most likely going to lose because you need rock solid proof, because so many false claims. And if that was actually true, that every 9 minutes, I don't think that it would be such false claims. So I don't know where she got that number from, but I'm not sure I buy that.
This, set up that. It just seems, it seems too much for me. It really does. It really sounds to me like this is something that the prosecution was not willing to take forward, and the family decided to push it themselves, taking on the legal obligation of proving their case to a court. Now, victim, is there not a victim? I don't know what happened. It happened 30 years ago. It seems very strategic. It seems to cause brand damage. It seems to, just to try to destroy him, as opposed to because she feels wronged and wants vindication. It seems a lot more lying under the surface with the whole adventures with purpose thing. Okay, I don't care. This is what doesn't it? What this man did for ship. Sometimes loyalty has the greatest reward. It has its greatest reward.
Hey,
Okay. I am behind your stream, but Laura, it's a trial and a violation of a protection order, which is a misdemeanor. He said TurtleBoy got an RO on him. Extradition and misdemeanor isn't weird. It's in Commonwealth. Gotcha. Thank you.
I'm going to wait for a few people to get into the chat, and then we'll get started. We did schedule our meet and greet. Many people across the state of Florida were planning on coming to meet with us. And of course, in the good human nature of YouTube, you got some people that actually were out in front of the Gabby Petito house with us that used to be people that we perceived as friends or friendly. I found out very quickly, not so you don't tell Bullhorn Betty, you try to come over here.
Can I just say her fake bottom teeth are absolutely horrible? Like, Betty, they look like $5 teeth. Like, go get real teeth.
And make nice with me, and then you're going to tell me what I can and can't do in my own state that I work my ass off in? You have got to be joking me. You have got to be joking me. And for you to show the lack of respect toward me. No. No, no, no. And let me just give a little message. Your threats may have been to someone. I was with that someone, therefore your threats are directly toward me. And you live in the same state I live in. I just want to let you think about this just real quickly. You live in the same state I live in. If you don't think I will have your ass in court and with a restraining order quicker than shit, you want to threaten people? You want to injure and harm somebody? You want to be violent to people? Everything that I advocate against, and you think you're going to what? Intimidate me?
Okay, let me just say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I am so sick and fucking tired of hearing how someone's gonna put a restraining order, someone's gonna sue you, someone's gonna strike you. Can't people just fucking enjoy YouTube? If I want to talk shit about somebody, let me talk shit about someone. If someone wants to talk shit about me, let them talk shit about me. Who gives a fuck? What is with all of this? I'm going to strike you. I'm going to take you to court. Buckle the fuck up, people. People have been talking about me for years. You know what I tell people? Let them keep talking. I don't give a fuck. When you lie, that's one thing. Then it's totally different. But all of this nonstop, I'm going to take you to court. Shut the fuck up. Just deal with it. I don't get it. I mean, granted, after like 3 years, it's annoying. But for the most part, like, just get the fuck over it.
Domestic violence? And you yourself beat your wife? where we're going? Okay. I gotcha. Well, now you know where I stand on it. Again, won't give you a plug. Take your ass off my channel. You guys can talk all the mad cat shit you want. Nobody's gonna listen to you. Why? Because you did it to yourself. By being egotistical, arrogant, and stupid. Stupid.
Was she looking in a mirror when she said that? Because her smirk on her face tells me that she was probably looking in the mirror.
You don't want to threaten Bullhorn Betty. And you damn sure don't want to threaten her with violence. That is literally the absolute worst thing you can ever do. Absolutely the worst thing you can ever do. I don't live in the world, but I wouldn't harm anyone. No one is worth going to prison for. Exactly. Thank you. There's a lot of people that I don't like. I don't go and assault them. A platform because they're going to be dogging Bullhorn Betty yet again. Go back to your drugs. Go back to beating your wife. Your wife likes it. Okay, clearly she's still with you. We know it happens because I was on the other end of the phone when you gave her some of those blows and I kept my mouth shut for her benefit. So she wasn't violated by you again.
Okay, I don't think Betty's lying about that either. Just saying. No offense to White Boy or anything, but I was friends with Molly when all this stuff went down. So I don't think Betty's making that up.
Support violence. I do not support domestic violence. I do not support any of it. So I beg of you guys, if you're supporting that garbage, unsubscribe.
New at 11, a first for Florida
circumstances.
Legislation, the new law.
The only information that we have is that she's under the age of 12, and this man is 36 years old. Totally unacceptable, absolutely disgusting, and he recorded himself. Doing two very disgusting acts. Significant penalty for that. This is going to be one of the first death penalty cases that I am aware of under this new law. Completely advocated for the death penalty, and anybody that lacks their life here and is here, you know, for the story to get them of this private and to let to know that's and the impact it has on our.
All right. So now I have a question. All right. I got a question. The video is very well done. And it takes some time to put all the clips together and everything else. Why? Why waste the time putting this much time into this video to show Betty's a lying piece of shit? We all know that already. It's entertaining to watch her, but it's such a heavy topic. I just don't know why you would spend all this time just trying to point out what an asshole Betty is. And do it in such a good way. Like, we all know what a piece of shit Betty is. And that's an honest question. I'm not downing anyone. Like, that's really an honest question. It's not, Mr. Nobody. I edit videos. It's not 2 seconds. You have to put all the clips together. You have to do all the writing. It's hours upon hours of researching and getting everything together. And I just don't get the point of it. I mean, we all know Betty is fucking out there. We all know she's an asshole. But I don't see the point of it. Undisclosed maniacs, something like that. Unsupervised maniacs. I'll drop the link when it's over.
Our community. And again, she is a child, but this is not there's no way that I'm going to be able to talk about this. I just want you guys to understand without somebody being highly offended about something that's going to come out of my mouth, because we're dealing with, but in this, I just want to make sure that we're factual and we have a real conversation that is not going to be tainted by. Now, I don't know that. They're not giving the age. This is where my conflict comes in. Not that any child should ever be hurt. A child should be a child until they reach a certain level. And once they're able to make decisions for themselves, make that decision for themselves. But a child doesn't get to make that decision, even this 11-year-old. But this is the issue. He didn't hurt. He hurt her, but he didn't physically hurt her. He wasn't in jeopardy of death, depending on her age. Now, we hear under the age of 12. The charge is absolutely 100% horrific. I'm saying this man deserves to be in jail. He is one of those predators that probably will not ever change. When I guarantee this is either his first victim, but it's probably not. It's probably not. So this guy needs to be in jail. This is, to me, a violent offense. And we put violent offenders away in jail. But if everything is as I'm reading it, and the way I'm reading it is he had this girl, he kind of ruined her. Showed her, explained on how to, you get it. And then after that, yes, and I mean, he did the whole gamut. So I don't want to say it's consensual. It's not. It's a child. That'd be disgusting. This man should never have touched this child. But what I'm trying to say is he didn't beat her. He didn't brutalize her. He brutalized her, but not in a physical sense where she was in jeopardy of losing her life, is my point. And like I said, it's kind of hard to dance around this because nothing you really say is going to, I can't really formulate what I'm trying to say into words other than.
Okay. Just so Betty knows, because she's not the brightest, but just so Betty knows that a 12-year-old, depending on how small they are, a 12-year-old can die from being brutally hard. She can. If she's hard enough, bad enough, she could definitely die from it. So the fact that she didn't, that's a good thing. But again, depending on how small she is, there's a lot of factors. So Betty, you're wrong about that.
He does deserve a very extensive and very long, even life in prison. And you guys very rarely hear me say that, but I'm an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth person. And when I say that, I mean that. He didn't kill anybody. I don't see where this rises to the level of death. And even a child, that does.
Just a personal opinion. And this is just my opinion. The R of a child will have longer effects than killing someone. So I personally think the assault / R of a child should be the death penalty. It is far worse than shooting someone. Shooting someone, as long as you know that you can bury them, will have much faster healing than brutally R-ing a child, a teenager, even an adult. I know mine happened when I was 17. I've never forgotten it. I've never gotten over it. I mean, I moved on, but there's not a time that I don't still remember every detail. So, yeah, and I'm 52. And I could still tell you every emotion, every detail, everything. I have friends that died. I couldn't tell you every detail. I couldn't tell you every emotion. I couldn't even tell you every emotion when my father died. Mostly. So it's clear to me that Betty was never brutally hard in any capacity. Because if she was, I think she would have a different story. So when she says, oh, it's not as bad as murder, no, it's actually worse, in my opinion. And again, just my opinion.
Kid does. It's hard because the age is a factor for me. I'm sorry, it is. It's a factor for me in determining whether I feel that this man has risen to the level of the death penalty or not. And that's just me personally. Now, each of you may say maybe completely different. You guys may totally disagree with me. And you may say, he hurt a child under the age of 12. That's unacceptable. He knew better and he ruined this girl's life. And because of that, and because of the stuff he did, he deserves death penalty. hearts wanting to save children. Some children are not worth saving, and I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Just like some dogs. Some dogs are too vicious that they have to be euthanized. And we have to take into consideration, because we consider dogs animals. Human beings are animals too. We're just a different species of animals. We're all mammals. We are all this, even dogs. They have hair, they breathe oxygen, they give live birth. We are mammals. We are animals. And some of us are too vicious to live amongst the rest of us. And we need to euthanize them like we do the vicious dogs. And that's how I feel. I don't think an age changes what's in their heart.
Please tell me what child needs to be euthanized. I mean, are there some vile children? Yes. Are there children that should be locked away forever? Yes. Are there children that probably should have never been born? Yes. But it's not their fault they were born. It's not their fault they were brought into the world. Some can change, some can't. But I wouldn't say that they need to be put down, because 9 out of 10 times it's the parent's fault.
Their mind and in their soul. I just don't believe that.
And now I just lost monetization. Hold on, let me give you guys the link if you want to watch the whole video. Here is the whole video. Yeah, it's a pretty sensitive topic. Very good video, though. I don't know. I mean, Heels in the Air is in the comment section. I don't know if she is a B person, but I think she's from the OGDC. For some reason, I think she is. Hey, Allie, how was your dinner? Betty's statements about child essay are absolute trash. Oh, I agree with that. But no, that was a good video. I mean, heavy topic. Is that what you were talking about Betty? Headstones? Is this what the video you were referring to? Is she a B? I think she is. Yeah, but some of it is clipped. You gotta, I don't know, as someone that's been clipped 1,000 times over, I don't give 100% into clips. Wow. That's crazy, Haley. Oh, did you? It's on your channel? All right. Hold on. Headstone. Man, headline. MYOB, that one? MYOB? And it was about getting 2 copyright strikes. Thank you, Allie. Oh, it's not that one? Which one is it? Ethics and professionalism. 4 hours ago. Exactly, Dak. I remember every detail. like every detail. I mean, it hasn't ran my life, but it's not something I'll ever forget. It's not something that I will ever what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying? I'll remember every detail till the day I die. It is what it is. Well,
this has taken a lot for me to even do this, but I just got more messages and just more unnecessary things that were brought to my attention.
okay, help me out here. Who is she the stepmom of? Hey, big sexy. Who is she the stepmom of?
Attention, and I am going to be taking a break off social media due to a select few of people. So if anybody wonders where I am or what happened, I just need to take a break due to a lot of false accusations that are going on. And it's really starting to affect my family. More so my kids. It's rather devastating. And it's just something I'll never understand. Why people could just take the focus off what the main focus is, and that's Layla. But
I don't understand. Jersey was friends with them. I thought Jersey is the one that brought them together to you. Because that's what Aileen told me, that she was friends with them and she brought them to you guys. And all that's now that changed.
I guess that's neither here nor there. So that's what's happening. I am taking a break. And I hope everybody has a good holiday and a happy new year. And let's hope for new things to come. Talk soon.
Go ahead and sign off for now. Be subbed up to Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. Do that. We also have another one that's Bullhorn Betty, BETTIETC. That is our third channel. We're going to make sure that these animals, that, you know, bottom line is Bullhorn Betty's going to be here, whether you like me or not. I really don't care. Quit doing dirty, grimy, underhanded, illegal shit, and we'll be just fine. Just stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. You don't like what I say? That's okay, because I don't like anything you say. You don't see me over there picking on you, do you? But here's the issue. Out of all these people, these hundreds of people that have attacked me and me alone, I am still standing. You will never be successful at taking me out. You might lose me a channel. I could give two fucks. I'm here. My name's Bullhorn Betty, and I'm going nowhere. Literally nowhere. It just depends on.
Can I just say Molly said the same thing? And where's Molly today? I just want to point that out.
How much you want to fight with me, because I'm telling you, this is going to go legal, and trust me, I'm on the right side of the law when it comes to this shit here. So go ahead and play if you want to. Steve, you wanted to get your name on my show so fucking bad? You are a piece of shit. You're unprofessional and unethical. And I'm going to say this loud and clear because I do have a bigger platform than you, little boy.
Hey, Willow, 24-hour stream Saturday night.
Small penis man. I hope that triggered you. Hope that triggered you. Because that's how I think of you. That's why I want nothing to do with you, because you're disgusting.
Okay, someone fill me in. Who's Steve? I don't watch Betty at all. I barely even watch clip channels on her. Who's Steve?
Disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. And when you don't get your way, you try to push your way and you don't care what laws you break. That's why I refuse to work with you. That's the kind of man I want nothing to.
Oh, Steve is SF Investigates. All right, I gotcha. Katie, I'm with you on that. I just wanted to see what everyone's all in an uproar over.
To do with. It's called integrity, Steve, and that's one thing you don't have, and you can sue me every which way from Sunday. One, you will never be successful, and two, you will still be the same piece of shit you were before you tried to sue me. But here's this. You are such a coward. You are such a coward, Steve. SF Investigates. You can't even sue me yourself. You got to have a little stupid woman that has no idea what she's getting herself into to do it for you. Well, don't worry, Steve. Me and you are going to tango. And when we do, you're going to be running home to your mommy crying, if your mommy even exists.
Okay, can I just add? Yeah, I am. I'm doing a 24-hour stream Saturday night to raise money for Ohio. Yeah, she is Seashell. This is the best I think I've ever seen Betty look in as long as I've known her. I mean, this is obviously fake hair, but it's probably the best I've ever seen her look, like ever. Hey, Miss Liverbird.
Oh, Betty's so mean. I am mean when you come fucking with me. I could care less about your mommy, your daddy, or anything when it comes to you. And if people want to tear me apart for that, stand in line. It's been happening for 2 years. I could give 2 fucks about it now, just like I could give 2 fucks about it then. Steve, you wanted my attention? You got it.
Where are people getting these filters? I want a filter like that. Where are they getting them? I don't understand where they get these filters from. Is it on your cell phone? Is it on a camera? How do you get these filters?
I hope you enjoy what you started. But now that you know what you've done, and we know that you've done illegal stuff, I have no problem at this point bringing that up.
Yeah, but she's live. You can't do a filter live. StreamYards doesn't have filters. Not like this. Exactly, Haunting. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have filters like this.
Because you committed felonies, you committed crimes, you committed federal crimes, and you wonder why I say you're unprofessional and unethical. If you didn't want me calling you unprofessional and unethical, you would think that you would try to at least symbolize ethics and professionalism. But no, you just dig yourself in deeper, showing the world what a big piece of piece of shit you are, because you're conning people out of their money. Oh, and George and Brittany, trust me, I'm not done with you yet either. Where are the gifts to Nova Grace? George and Brittany? Where are those gifts to Nova Grace, you pieces of shit? You guys went out there and you sat there and tried to get all of this money going to you, taking gifts away from actually Nova Grace. Your granddaughter. You took money out of her mouth. So go keep going around to your little pimp sites and keep telling everybody how your daughter is missing. Meanwhile, you're taking money away from Nova Grace and the mother that's taking care of her. But hey, everybody's just supposed to be sitting over here on the sidelines, walking on eggshells, acting like it's not happening. Meanwhile, I have been trying to sit here and expose it while these yahoos, 3 of them, all 3 criminals, are sitting here trying to silence me through my channel, through court and litigation. You ain't gonna win. And when we're all said and done,
You know, Rue, that's a really, really good question. I did not even think of that. Did not even think of that, but you are right. You are 100% right on that. I never even thought of that.
Somebody's going to be in a lot of trouble. You do not utilize a system like the copyright system, a federal system, and weaponize it. I can tell you there's not a judge in this country that's going to allow you to do that. You need to sue the right people, not the wrong people. When you sue the wrong people, you get yourself into situations like malicious prosecution and things called sanctions. So now that we're on our little tangent, for anybody who wants to know why we're on this channel, that's exactly why, because we have an unprofessional, unethical, and criminal PI. This is why I tell everybody to stay away from internet PIs, pieces of shit. They work for their audience, not their clients. Get a reputable PI in your city and state. Stay away from people like Steve with SF Investigates, con artists, people that prey on families and then con them out of thousands of dollars when they're supposed to be working pro bono. Now, Steve, if he was smart, could sue me for, say, defamation, but he chooses not to because he knows he will never win. So he's conning this little girl that obviously doesn't give a rat's ass. And here we are. All right. Thank you for your gift memberships. God bless each and every one. Now we're going to watch this whole destruction come down for the Moscow house in about an hour and a half.
Hey, I haven't gotten any gifted memberships.
And then after that, we're going to watch the Bullhorn Betty channel build itself up. We are an unstoppable force. We're going to continue to do good, and we will not be bullied here on the streets of YouTube. And when we are, we rise up. There is not a stronger person on the streets of YouTube than the Bullhorn Betty name. I can guarantee that. And that is a courtesy from all these assholes that chose not to give up, right? Keep whipping me and whipping me and whipping me and abusing me and abusing me and harassing me and stalking me. God is good. I still show up every day with this beautiful smile on my face because God moves mountains. So clip channels, go ahead and clip me. Bullhorn Betty's mean. Yeah, I don't like piece of garbages. Bullhorn Betty's mean. You damn right. God bless.
All right, so I'm a little confused, which sometimes doesn't take much, but I'm a little confused. All right, let me just start out by saying I don't like SF Investigates. I never did. I think the guy is a scammer. I think he's an asshole. Just because you have a degree in something doesn't make you more credible. I have an actual degree in psychology. Does that make me a psychologist? Nope. Could I have come on YouTube and preached that, I'm psychology and that I am a social worker or some? I could have. I should have, but I didn't. But you know what I'm saying? So just because someone has a certificate or a license to be a PI doesn't mean they're a good or credible PI. Just because someone has a law degree doesn't mean that they're a credible lawyer. So I'm with her on the fact that I don't like SF Investigates. I didn't like him from the Kali Rodney bullshit he pulled. Don't like him. But what I don't understand, though, is this whole, what are they coming after her for? Because she used someone else's video. It's done every day. It's literally done every day. So the fact that SF is telling someone to go through all the headaches of a trial for some bullshit because he wants to get back at Betty and he's using this other girl, I don't totally disagree with Betty there. Oh, she took it as her own? How? Like she's saying that she made it? I agree, Rue. It was never posted online. See, I don't know. I don't watch her, so I honestly don't know the story. But how did she get the video then? How'd she end up with the video? Betty called this person a suspect in the missing persons. She uploaded a video, not her own, and uploaded it twice. What was the video, though? Was it a good video? She found the video on Twitter or something? Did you find a video on Twitter? There's an innocent lady speaking to the police in her own home. She got it from the girl's aunt from Facebook. All right, it's dropped. Yeah, I gave her a link. I know, right, AMAC? I'm shocked. Computer affirm what? I know, right, AMAC? Now she's going to be my bestie. What's up, Emmy? Are you there?
Hey there. So yeah, it's too much to type and I'm in bed. So
Okay.
I hope I have a fan on. I hope it's not. Oh,
no, that's fine.
I'm here. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I didn't realize YouTube would keep playing if I had the window closed. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so this is, like I said, it's very convoluted, but the reason that BHB is so mad is because she got a video that was never posted on Facebook. That's what she alleged. So with Layla Santinello, she went missing the last time she was heard from was June 27th, 2023. BHB has gotten involved in it, gone to search, So this video was a recording of a young girl who was in the same circle as Layla. And she was videotaping the detective asking her follow-up questions. She shared the video with two individuals. One of those individuals, it is alleged, again, just alleged, was given to Layla's mom, who shared it with BHB, who also shared it with Olivia. Olivia has also received a strike on TikTok for using the same video.
But what is so cool about the video?
The video is because the girl she never wanted it to be on social media.
But what is the video?
It's a detective came to her home and was asking follow-up questions in relation to Layla's disappearance. So it was the girl allegedly had seen Layla at some point before she went missing. And so BHB, because the girl was not wanting to answer more questions after being, answering questions 3 hours prior. She felt like she had already told them everything they needed to know. BHB then blatantly stated that this girl, this 19-year-old girl, had a hand in Layla's disappearance.
Okay.
And so moving, forward, the girl realized that her video was being played on BHB's page. I don't know if she knew about Olivia. I just found out about Olivia yesterday.
Okay.
So the girl copyright struck BHB. BHB got pissed. And that's why her main channel is on timeout. So she's on her backup channel. Well, in an act of a defiance, she posted the video again. Received 2 copyright strikes in as many days. So now she's on her backup channel, and now also is on her backup channel because she continues to do things she knows she shouldn't do. In my opinion, allegedly.
Okay. Now, I don't know anything about the situation, so bear with me. But the thing that goes in my mind is if this girl has nothing to hide, then what the fuck is the big deal?
The big deal is it's an active investigation that, in my opinion, BHB is inserting herself in. I mean, they went into her, Olivia, her mod, Sonia, went into a house, broke into a house to search it for Layla. They said it was abandoned. No, it wasn't abandoned. It was owned by the city. It was needing repairs before it could be inhabited again. I mean, do I agree with what they're doing? Absolutely not. She's going to do what she wants to do. That's her.
But I'm saying, don't you think that it's a little weird that she would go this far for a stupid video? Like, that's where I think SF is pushing this unwanted headaches of a federal court and all of the, I mean, someone in chat said she's a kid. She's like 19.
It's not just the video, I don't think, anymore. It's the fact that BHB said on numerous occasions in as many words that this girl had a hand in what happened to Layla. That she did, and she actually did say it, like, and I'm paraphrasing, I know I clipped it, but she knows what happened to Layla, and she needs to come clean. I mean, she was saying that this girl pretty much killed Layla. And that's not true. She's not a suspect. Betty was saying she's a suspect. No, she's not. And again, I don't know what's going on that side. I know that the other video I posted, the MOYB, that is the video where Jersey was posting this scam alert all over Facebook. And because they felt that George and Brittany were scamming people to send gifts to them for their kids, but not Nova Grace. And so the reason I put the Amazon wish list at the end of the video is because that was not true. They had every single kid on that wish list, including Nova Grace, who is Layla's daughter. And I didn't realize that all the SF stuff was in the video I posted today. I just didn't realize that she was yelling at SF, and then she brought George and Brittany in it. They're missing their daughter, and it's my opinion what she's doing is really messed up. Because Jersey's got a huge hand in this.
Because I remember her, one of the last times I ever spoke to her was way back when. And she was telling me that she was friends with Brittany and the other one and brought them to you to go on your panel. That was when I first found you.
Yes, that is correct.
How did these people end up on, and I never followed the case, but I'm like, how did these people end up on headstones? I don't understand what you're doing. She said,
right,
no,
so
I'm friends with them. I brought them over, and now that's why I'm all confused now.
Right, so Jersey was friends with someone I cannot mention anymore, who was my previous co-host.
Yeah.
And so she came to me and said, hey, they're looking for, somebody to tell their story. And I was like, okay. So they got me in touch with Brittany. We, messaged back and forth. We figured out a time, and so, because Jersey's friends with my former co-host. And when things changed, when my former co-host went to search with BHB and ended up realizing that BHB wasn't that bad. And I stuck up for my previous co-host, but then things started kind of, I don't even know how it changed, but then, well, I think it's because Jersey got mad at Queen for some reason. So Jersey, and again, don't quote me because it's been a little while. So then Jersey went to BHB's side. And as we found out, since Jersey's goal was to, quote, hunt me down, she said as much in BHB's chats several times that, what she was doing, but that's another story. So now she is with BHB, and she is, in my opinion, she believes that she is fighting BHB's fight, which there's nothing to fight. These parents are missing their kid. They're missing their daughter. George and Brittany are in New Jersey. Jennifer's in Tennessee. And so the MOYB is actually shows the screenshot of what Jersey posted on Facebook in different groups about this scam. And then I have, because BHB brought them up yesterday as well, saying that she's not done with them. What business does she have with them?
I agree.
So it stems from, because George and Brittany, this is my opinion, that they came onto my panel to tell their side of the story. BHB was not happy about that because it wasn't her. But what she doesn't realize is that the person that's now helping her or has her back is the one who actually got them on my panel. I mean, maybe she knows that and just doesn't care. But the reason I did these videos, because I have been kind of backing off on Betty just because there's other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But then she has to do stuff like this. Why? Why are you bringing these parents into this when they've done nothing? And who cares if they have an Amazon wish list? Who cares? You have a wedding registry where you're marrying yourself for a $6,000 camera.
Which is fucking, don't even get me started on that.
So it's very convoluted, and I don't know SF. I wasn't around, with the Kylie Rodney, all that stuff. I've heard whispers about it, but my thing is like, and also one more thing I'll say is the little girl that she was referring to, her name is Chloe. She is a private investigator who is out of Tennessee. She's out of Kingsport, Tennessee, and she was helping George and Brittany.
Okay.
And then it's just, I think there's a lot more than I even know and that any of us know. But this is pretty much, in my opinion, becoming the Summer Wells case all over again. The difference is this girl is 21 and I mean, it's the same area. It's the same, you know, she just vanished, seemingly.
Yeah, but I thought the boyfriend's involved, the ex-boyfriend.
Oh, well, BHB believes he is because she's called him and not, you know, blatantly like he's the murderer. She even said it in a video that Olivia posted on TikTok. They went past the murderer's house. That's where they hung their flyers on her videos that she, you know, she was very proud of. They showed them hanging the flyers in front of the boyfriend's house. The boyfriend has not been named a suspect. He, you know, like, yes, they did search his home, but he has not been named a suspect. He has not been arrested. And at this point, they're still looking for Layla. And I don't know why she's doing what she's doing, but I just find for someone who is a child advocate, kind of like what Unsupervised Maniacs did today with her saying, you know, like when I heard her say about that little girl that was in that older guy and like age, pretty much it matters what age they are. No, it doesn't.
Hold on, I gotta let the dog out. Hold on.
Okay.
You can keep talking. I just gotta let the dog out. Come on.
Oh, all right. I'll actually look at chat because yeah, the case with Dolly, Jersey did drop the charges. Interestingly enough, after hooking up with BHB. Ironic, maybe. That's just my opinion. 10, that's a good question. Would she even get involved if it wasn't Kingsport, same area as Summer? No. She thought it'd blow up the same way. Possibly. Yeah, and the filter. So speaking of the filter, so because there was some confusion in chat, I screen record on my phone, and then once I kind of cut it the way I want it, I upload it to CapCut, and I pay for CapCut, so I have the premium, and I just threw a filter on her. That's all I did. Yes, Rue. I call her Jersey because I'm not going to call her by her name like she does me.
I thought Betty was live with a filter.
Oh, no. I put
That's
the
why I was
filter
like,
on her.
Okay.
No. I do it after. Well, I think she does have a filter. I don't know how, but then I always throw a filter on her. Usually I do the big mouth filter, but because she was like, just like when she attacked Ethan Chapin's family, I wanted, because she always says, oh, they'll change it, they'll edit it. I didn't want to do too much to it because I wanted it to be exactly what she said. Because just like you said with Maniac's video, like having the clips together, and that's why I don't do a lot of, like when I clip, it's the full thing. Because the only thing I do is throw filters in my little emoji in the corner and like the dates, or like I'm getting better at CapCut. So I'll do like some like cool stuff to videos. But other than that, like, yeah. But yeah, so there you go. That's, you know, kind of where we're at. And I mean, I don't know how copyright law works, but the girl whose video it is submitted 2 copyright claims to the copyright something board. I can't remember the second C, but they have approved both complaints. So I don't know how that works once they accept your complaint. I don't know what happens, but yeah.
Well, the way it is do you get a copyright, you fight it. Well, the person has to charge you in federal court with a copyright. I don't know if that's going to fly. I really don't. And just because it's a video, if the police have the same video,
but they don't. It's her personal video.
Okay.
The girl was videotaping the detective at the door. Like, another lady was there. I don't know if it was her mom or grandma. I thought it was her grandma because she was older. Could have been her mom. But so the girl was videotaping the detective at the door, asking questions, and she was standing there with the camera. So the police don't have it. Like, it's her personal video.
Okay. And once again, because I missed it, how did somebody else get this video?
The girl who videotaped it allegedly gave it to 2 other people. One was a family member, one was not. One of those 2 people allegedly knew that BHB was helping Layla's mom, and somehow BHB got it.
Okay.
Or possibly Olivia got it, because we know BHB likes to use her content a lot too.
Yeah.
Either way, like, if you get a copyright claim, don't be defiant. Just use fair use. Like, she just played the video as her own, didn't do anything else with it, just threw it up there. And then defiantly stated on another live, once this is done, I'm going to put it right back up there. Well, she did, and she got another strike. So
I don't know if she'll win in court, though.
No,
I don't know if she's trying to win in court. Betty doesn't have any money.
Well, no, and I don't know if she just wants BHB to leave her alone. I mean, when you call someone, when you don't know this, like, I don't know this girl. I mean, I know her name, but if you're stating that someone is responsible for someone's demise, that's not okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Sue her for defamation. Fuck the fucking video.
Well, I believe that she has also sought legal counsel for that as well. But again, I haven't really kept up on that, so I can't answer that. But I'm going to go because it's...
Hold on. My personal opinion, and again, I haven't followed it, but knowing SF, I feel like SF is like using this girl and federal court is not fun. It's expensive. It's a fucking nightmare. And it's very like nerve shattering. So the fact that SF doesn't tell her, just fucking ignore her. Don't worry about it. We took down the video. You don't want to go through the headaches of court and all. Like, as a PI, he should be encouraging her to fucking not have to be in the court system. But the fact that he's encouraging her to do it just speaks volumes to me about...
But I don't believe that's true. That's the narrative that BHB is telling us. I've followed his posts on Twitter, and the girl is doing it on her own.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he is helping, like just giving, resources, but BHB is driving this narrative because she's wrong. That's my opinion, of course.
Wrong.
But she is wrong for being defiant, for being childish, for posting something that's not hers, because she says we don't know fair use. She does not know fair use, in my opinion, allegedly.
I agree with you that it's 100% wrong. I'm just saying court is not fun. You don't get justice in a courtroom. People think, my lawyer told me that a long time ago, and he's right. You want justice, you don't bring it to court. So that's why I'm saying, as SF or anybody should be encouraging her to keep it the fuck out of court and handle it another way or something.
Well, I mean, all she had to do was not repost it.
I agree.
I mean, she posted it once, great. And the girl said, like, it's not fair use. Like, you took it and posted it as your own. Didn't even give the girl credit. Instead of just saying, oh, my bad, I'll fix it. She went on this rampage on the girl and then said, once my 3 days is up, I'm going to post it right back. Or whatever, how many days she got. But her main channel is still on timeout, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. I don't know with copyright strikes. I don't know how long that, I try to do my best with transforming stuff.
It's probably 2 weeks, but I think because if you get 3, you can lose your channel. So she's just staying off until all 90 days have expired.
Oh, so it's 90 days?
No. Yeah, well, it's 90 days. I'm sorry, I'm eating peanuts. It's 90 days until your strike expires. So if you get another strike, you just completely don't go on that channel. So that's probably why it seems like it's forever.
Oh, I didn't realize it was 90 days. That's pretty long.
It's 90 days until if you get a strike and you don't fight it or you lose the fight, then, and now I don't know anybody that had to go to court. It's just like dumbass strikes. So maybe with court, they have to wait until court's over. I don't know. I don't know if the 90 days still applies if it has to do with court, if someone's actually taking you to court.
Yeah, I don't want to find out. So, but I'm going to go because my voice is starting to crack because I'm super tired and it's almost 2 a.m. So thank you for letting me come up, and this won't happen again. So don't get too excited, but I have been following Layla's case and it was just too much to type in chat. So.
All right. Thank you for explaining it. Now I understand.
All right. Have a good one.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. There we go. Now we understand. I can't stand all this fucking court shit. People come on YouTube to have fun. People come on YouTube to laugh. People even come on YouTube for drama. But what they don't come on YouTube for is your favorite creator is going to end up in court. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it is. You don't like someone, don't watch them. Done. All this court shit is ridiculous. Just saying. No court. Exactly. Best advice my lawyer ever gave me. You want justice? You don't go into court. And that's it. And it's true. Get some boiled peanuts. It's better than a drink. So that's all I got for you guys. I don't have much more. That's it. 3 hours. Again, 24-hour stream starting Saturday night, going through New Year's. Open panel. We're raising money. Lots super chat. Actually, it won't be a super chat train. I mean, you could do super chat train, but either way, all money is accepted. What? I know what I wanted to look up before I got off. Hold on. Whoop. No train? All right. Yeah, I'll need more than Red Bull. All right. Hang on. All right. So earlier people asked me about Thanks, Rue. Hold on. People asked me about the TurtleBoy, when it happened, when it was. So I'm looking it up, and a lot of it was 2023. 2021, where Ashley was arrested. 2023 videos. "2021, child abusing East Providence tranny dad Ashley was arrested today." Hold on. Hang on. Thank you, Amber. Finally. I thought nobody loves me.
Watching the games. I don't know. Would you guys be interested in that? Like, come on. Get up. Come on. Big boy. I mean, that shit. That would be my day. I had court today with Ashley St. Angelo. And Ashley, that somebody in the comments said that. Yeah, we're going to call him Anthony. Anthony St. Angelo. We're calling him Anthony. So Anthony St. Angelo posts that. And yeah, it's in the comments section. And like, how am I? This is the plan. So I'm like, okay, interesting. Next one. On or about February 10th, defendant published a blog named Transgender East Providence Dad, blah, 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 where it says, so the quotes were, and again, where in the following quotes, like she was alleging abuse. Of course, I'm going to talk about that before this and just talking to them about it. And I've made a decision, folks. I've decided with this. Do you guys read the comment section? Read or those comments. No interest in it. So shit. Have referenced publications on their face are a conduit for hate speech. So a conduit is like about it. I take down nothing. And so they're literally just making shit up. That the blog for a harassment order. And he's like, I don't know, Your Honor. Going on. Love it so much. And that's how it should be done, folks. That's how justice, transgender athlete, you can't do it in Florida. Love Rand Paul. But he's a libertarian. I think it's all fucking cute. And the only reason they like George Bush is because he doesn't know Brett.
So I understand he was a teacher who got in trouble with fighting with a 14-year-old about their political views that they claim was sexual harassment. He then went on to become a blogger. I don't get how he is respected in the community, though. I guess that's my issue. That's my big issue, is how does he become respected? All right. I don't know. I guess I'll save some of this for the 24-hour stream. Because one says, I'm a victim of TurtleBoy. I'm here to set the record straight. And another one is Kearney versus Killahorn harassment case. But they're both like an hour and a half. He is an asshole, Spitfire. We don't do background checks on people we allow near our kids anymore. And him coming up recently as some hero is just terrifying. I agree. He's been exposing corruption in the New England area for years. Many locals treat him like a god, apparently. But he's a piece of shit. He is the corruption. That's the crazy part. Yeah, he quit before the case went anywhere. Then accused 2 other teachers. Could keep you on for... I know, right? But the thing is, you have to know where to look. Like, I think he is the corruption. I really do. I think the dude's a piece of shit. Let me try something. Brave victim stands up to his abusive mother. TurtleBoy facing new charges. Witness intimidation. That's all new. See, but honestly, though, that's what makes him an asshole. If you know there's corruption, why are you putting your foot right in front of it? It's so stupid. Sly Angel, she likes him. She's from that area, but she likes him. Court audio for Crusty Panties and Crotch Fruit versus TurtleBoy. I am not even going to attempt to go there. Jason knows the story of how I got started. Thank you, Mr. Nobody. That's why I keep telling everyone it was 2015. Rue, I couldn't agree with you more. I have been saying that for years. I have said that for about 2 years about a few people. Yeah, I don't really see anything else on YouTube. Everything's recent. Self-proclaimed Kia boy charged in 5 robberies. Who's the Kia boy? Sly Angel, I'm not so sure she's innocent. I keep going back and forth. I can't decide. I'm so like, I don't know. So Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex is linked to 4 Las Vegas murders. It just happened this year, last year. Just do research on it though. Don't go by TurtleBoy. You really, it's hard. It's the case that you just have to, you can't listen to anybody. You can't listen to either side. You kind of just have to look at the evidence that we know. Because if you listen to either side, it's so easy to be swayed to either side. Like, seriously. Because they all make sense. TurtleBoy's bond revoked. Why'd they revoke his bond, though? Well, his girl's gone. Rue, that's what I'm saying. I thought she was too. Good night, Chrissy. I thought she was too. And then I really started looking into it, and I'm just not sure. So I agree with Allie. Wait until all the facts are out. So, all right, I'm going to get off, though. I got labels to make and figure out why the fuck I can't get a damn straight label. It's driving me nuts. I've wasted so many labels trying to get a straight label. And I don't know why nothing is printing right. That's when I went live. I'm like, fuck it. I'm putting this down for a minute and going live. Now I go back to labels. Fun. Sorry, don't forget though, Saturday, 24-hour live up until New Year's Eve, if I can do it. I'm hoping I can do it. We may get bored and there's like nothing to do. Or people don't want to come up, or I get tired. Who knows? But we're going to try to do it. We're going to attempt to do it. I've never done one. It's all for a good cause, but I've never done one. So you only live once. End of the year. I'm starting the new year without cursing. So we're going to start at the new year with no cursing, better shows, better lives. And that's that. But on that note, I'll see you beautiful people tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Like I said, I got to do these labels. I got to figure it out. Thank you guys for the super chats, Cash App, PayPal, all the love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Peace.